that.
He
It's just whenever,
really, but he
whenever
like
people
that.
would be like, "Yo, where's Logan?" I'd be like, "How am I supposed to fucking know?" Which is the only thing I would ever say. Because anytime people be like, "Yo, well, you cool with Logan?" I'd be like, "Yes, I know I'm cool with Logan, but I don't know. I don't have a GPS tracker on him." Which is the same relationship I had with my brothers. Well, that was like way back when we were still going to school together. I'd be like, "Yo, where's your brother?" I'd be like, "I don't know.
Doing his business.
Something in class, I think."
Learning sociology.
If somebody asked me where my brother was, I'd be like, "What's wrong with me? I'm the other brother. I'm good." Like, hey, talk to me.
Oh yeah, that's fair. I see.
That tracks.
I didn't do that.
Tracks like intensely.
Yeah, no. So yeah, yes, it does. Of course, it does. Yeah, both of our reactions actually track with our personalities really well. Like really well.
It's like all his brains just like pumping through my head, and they're like, I'm like,
Speaking of, if you're just tuning in, if you're just tuning in, I'm just starting the show.
Okay, segue. Yeah.
My name is Logan, and this is the Milk and Toast podcast. I'm here with two of my best friends. No, not yet, Mitch. Not yet. I'm here with my two best friends, and then you can, do whatever the weird shit you do. I'm here with my two best friends. Say hi to the people, Claire.
Hey, guys.
Say hi to the people, Mitch.
I would ask our listeners to please excuse my absence last week. I was going through some dark, rough times, and I needed some time away. But I'm back, and we're going to get this show rolling because the show must go on. Y'all really only said I was damn, and I was fucking blowing up my whole fucking spot. Because I'm an honest person like that, and the people deserve to know that. The people deserve to know.
Perfect.
So anyway, I was sick. And,
if you're just gonna
I was sick. Like they said, I was sick. But please excuse that. I'm back, and the show must go on, and it will keep going on.
Claire, tell them where they can find us.
Damn, bro. You just can't even
find us on.
I would incriminate myself in the courtroom. Damn.
Okay.
Like MF Doom said, rap snitches. Like you said.
Bro, I be snitching on my damn self. Be like, Laura's sitting there, Mitch, why did you speak? We didn't tell you to say anything. Even like, I just got to be honest, man. I got to keep it real.
The judge looked nice.
When keeping it real goes wrong.
Came out.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Claire, you tell them where to find us.
So you can find us on any social media. So we're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. We're on all of the social medias. All you got to do is search The Milk and Toast. If you're not finding us under The Milk and Toast, you will probably be under The Milk and Toast. So
it's both. It's there.
I'm pretty sure it's both.
Yeah.
But I just thought I'd like clarify because I haven't clarified that before, and like I don't know, but y'all aren't finding us. So
clarifying with Claire.
Like no. Somebody like said that.
No, I'm just saying, like, there's no new followers. So I'm like, out here trying
that was an actual problem. I was like,
but imagine someone listening in is like, yeah, I said that like 3 times and no one ever said anything till now. So good job.
Well, I don't know who you're talking to, but it's not with us. Just sending a message to Claire Raihan. Anyway.
We are spicy today. I love it.
I'm just here to do what I got to do,
Subscribe, follow, like, share. Share. If you like what you're listening to, if you don't like what you're listening to. And comment and respond. I still haven't done Reddit things. I'm really trying to think of stuff to, like, post on there.
Yeah, y'all should definitely like comment on the show. Like if you,
so then I can,
especially if you hate the show. I have been waiting for like hate comments forever.
Yeah,
we're on show 21.
I mean, a masochist.
Maybe people legit just don't
fuck with the show.
No, maybe I mean people just don't like not fuck with the show because they're like, I want to hate them, but they're so not sellout-y and superficial and real. Could just be that.
I get that a lot. I'm like Like people are just like, it's just like you talking.
Yeah, that's a podcast.
Like, it is
that's a podcast, bro. That's what a podcast is.
Sometimes there are also ads, which people don't realize we might have to have at some point, but not now.
I am trying
get in while it's good.
Yeah.
Get in while you're not getting advertised.
Get it while it's good.
If y'all listen, here's the thing about the ads thing and money and all this is shit. Because I am glad to talk to the audience about this. If y'all share the show and you guys get us in front of like millions of people. Like you share the show, and then 2 other people share the show, and it just spreads like coronavirus, right?
Whoa.
Exactly.
Wow. Too soon, man.
It's
Not so
serious.
callous. Didn't even care. Oh God. So tacky.
I feel like I should have like John Hammond, like people are dying. You know what I mean? Like. Anyways, what I'm trying to say about that is we don't have to sell out. Just share the show, so we don't have to sell out. Because then we could just like get a deal, and then we could be
don't
like,
make me wear clothes, please.
yeah, we could just be like,
wait, what?
Cash App's cool, and like you wouldn't even what?
You don't have to wear. I've been waiting. Like last time I pulled up with my shirt off, mind you, I kept my camera here, so no one would even know. And Logan was like some 16th century man. It's just like, I can see your shoulders.
Yeah.
You slut.
No,
you goddamn harlot.
No, this
Can see your
Look at those
shoulders.
collarbones.
This is an equal opportunity place
It's because
of business. So if a woman can't wear no shirt in this place, then a man can't either. Nipples are nipples here on the Milk and Toast podcast, okay?
Which is fine. Yeah. I'm just saying you were talking about not wearing clothes again, and I'm like all for it. I'm like, all right, this is cool.
No, I'm not saying.
This isn't
I'm
Howard
not saying
Stern.
That.
You
I'm
don't keep your
referring
shirt
to the
on.
fact that I wear a robe all the time. That's what I was referring to. Not me being butt ass naked on a show. I was talking about the fact I don't wear clothes. Robes aren't clothes.
Robes are definitely clothes.
Robes are clothes if you just like wear a shirt under it when you're like.
Yeah, I mean you could just wear the
public,
robe,
you know,
and just like close the robe. You know what I'm saying? Just let it all hang out.
Last week, actually.
Let it all.
You
hang
had a
out.
nice shirt. I like the shirt you have on right now.
Yes, isn't that a sweater or is that a shirt? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
like
it's a good
sweater.
shirt though, right?
Yeah, the color's all different. It's like artistic, not autistic. Artistic is what I said.
You're the best at compliments, Mitch.
Thank you.
It's really artistic shirt.
He's like, yeah, your shirt is really shirting out. It's a great shirt.
Yeah, it looks like a shirt.
Yeah. All right.
It's
Yeah.
got
I just
patterns
realized,
on the shirt.
I just realized how much I fucked that up.
Patterns on
You
it.
guys don't always have to like make me feel horrible on my fuck ups, because you know I don't go around making y'all feel horrible about y'all fuck ups. That was a bold faced lie. I know that was. Don't do that. Don't patronize me.
No, we have a good show and we got to get started.
Used a baby.
I don't even know where I want to start. This is a lot. There's a lot of shit going on right now.
I'm the baby.
Yeah, to be honest, you have a lot. I know, but I wasn't trying to tease you.
We do this weird Steven Spielberg thing where we're like having 3 different conversations at one time. Like it's so weird. Anyways,
works.
Mitch, you wanted to talk about the Met Gala, and yes,
man, it's not that I really want to. No, that's fine. It's not that I really want to talk about the Met Gala. So for those who don't know, I don't even know. I think the Met does it even take place at the Met?
Yeah,
anyway,
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So the Met Gala, I know, right? The Met Gala is an event at the Metropolitan Museum of Art where a whole bunch of designers invite usually celebrities, but whoever they want to try on design and stuff that they want, like really outlandish, freaky designs and whatnot. And you know, on an artistic level, that's cool. As an artist, I could see the fun. You know what I'm saying? I can see the fun in that. You know, there was some interesting looks, I guess. Well, interesting, you know. Sierra showed up and was like, I'm here for my husband. And I love how Sierra went from being like, you know, I bet you want these goodies, messing around with fuckboys, and then met Russell Wilson was like, it's time to go back to Jesus. It's time to go back to Jesus. And I'm not even making fun. Good for her if that's what she wanted. Because like dealing with Future must have been a fucking hot mess for her, for a woman like her. And you know, she showed up in a dress that had his jersey on it, and you know, she had his ring. And you know, that's an interesting look. I mean, you know, Lil Nas X, who I don't really want to have a discussion on, but I thought it was cool how he pulled up with like that robe and the gold armor.
Yes.
Everybody gets memed so much though, so you don't actually know what to like and shit. You know, ASAP and Riri came through in blankets. They gonna call them designs, but I know blankets when I see them. And ASAP's was a legit blanket. ASAP's was a legit blanket. And then he threw it off and was wearing like a really hot like suit jacket under. I see y'all wearing blankets, and I fuck with the fact that I pulled up in blankets. But you know, everyone comes to the Met Gala, and like I told you, it's not just about this event. I could say this about so many award shows. It's just like, I'm an artist. I am an actor. I'm now a vocalist. You know, I'm at LIU Brooklyn at the Rock Nation School of Music, Sports, and Entertainment. But we sharks, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, And so as an artist, I know.
I was just thinking about a shark making that noise. Like
I know, right? I was like, just putting up like underwater, like. but apparently you got to punch a shark in the nose, which is like a real dog thing to do. But anyway, but nah. So as an artist, I can get it. I love the creativity. You know, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez pulled up in a dress with a back that was like tax the rich, making a political statement. That's cool. And so as an artist, I can love and appreciate the creativity.
Yeah.
And whatnot. And the space to vibe. Artists,
but what do you
need
hate
those.
About it?
The fact, so yes, our egos are important to us. Yes, our egos are important to us.
Journalist.
We have them. We as artists need to utilize them. But God damn it, there needs to be a fucking line. I'm so sick and tired of just us showing up to places to feed our fucking egos. Go do something with the Met Gala. Why can't the Met Gala be used, I don't know, to raise money for some charitable cause? So many eyes on it, to make statements on issues we're having globally. Why do we constantly at this point, and like I said, Met Gala, I'm sorry, Oscar, Grammy, whatever the fuck it is. Like, Jesus Christ, our egos don't need to be stroked that much. Mind you, I don't even believe in awards for art in the first place, really. Like, it's subjective. You create to create. The creating in and of itself should be reward enough, but that's how I feel. That's not everybody feels. But it's like, I'm looking at the Met Gala, and this has been a growing sentiment. I'm just fucking like, damn, okay, bro. Like, y'all wanted to play dress up. Y'all got dress up. Go do something. Y'all was creative, and we know why you're there. Now use the platform, because me as an artist, that's, other than expressing myself, because I feel there's not much else I can do in this life, other than like rage myself against the fucking establishment and die, since I'll be by myself. You know what I'm saying? Right. But use your fucking platform. Jesus Christ, I don't care about your ego. I don't. You give me all the ego I need in your art. Like, I love Riri and ASAP for their music. I love Sierra for the music that she used to make. You know what I'm saying? But
so
like,
pointed.
Well, you know, I miss her. But that's not the point. She did, and that's her business. As an artist, that's her business. That's her business. It's just, but I'm at this point now where it's like, and you know, I'm not the biggest fashionista, don't get me wrong. But I do respect the industry. I respect fashion. But at what point, because we as artists, visual, performance, just go, hey, it ain't about feed my ego no more. Let me see if I can find a higher purpose with my platform. Whoa. That's what I'm tired of. That's why I get so upset. And I don't want to have to feel like it's forced, but it's just like, how many years now are we just pulling up just to distract people? There's real shit going on.
Here's the thing.
People pay attention to you.
Here's the thing. Because I just looked up a little something right now. And I'm on this article about, you know, why...
Please enlighten me to
why
something.
AOC's Met Gala dress made people mad. And I'm not really reading the whole article, but I just stopped at this part because it's kind of, you know, poignant. So it says designers and corporate sponsors generally pay the hefty price of admission, $35,000 for a ticket, or $200,000 to $300,000 for a table. Now the Met Gala funds the Met, like it funds the Metropolitan Museum. That's what the Met Gala funds. It doesn't go to cancer research.
Well, let me stop.
No, for real. No. I feel that. No, for real. Literally, I was watching like clips from the Met Gala today with Sarah, and like we was watching the dresses and shit. And then like I watched the protest that they had in front of the Met Gala, and the girl outside was like yelling about how they spend $35,000 on a ticket too, and that they should, like Mitch was saying, like they should like spend that money on something real, you know, because like people can't eat, people are in the middle of New York, don't have a place to live, and all this shit, right?
I could tell you the tale of two cities in New York. You got some super rich, the rest of them trying to figure out how they gonna make it to tomorrow.
Right. So I'm like, I was looking at all that, and I was looking at all the dresses and shit, and I was like, I'm never paying to get into Met. Like, I'm not paying. I'm not paying.
I'm not going. Like,
you never been to the Met?
Oh no, not the Museum of Art. I just mean, like, you know, as I'm making it through, like, I don't really want to go to the Met Gala unless you have a explicit purpose.
This is what happened. When I was in New York, right, I wanted to see everything. So I went to the Natural Museum of History.
That's a pretty decent museum.
Or whatever it is.
Well, I think it's the Museum of Natural History, but
that's what it's
one
called.
of them.
That's what it's called. You got me. And so I went there and that was great. But then I like paid $20 to get in because like they have like the thing where it's like suggested you pay $20. Then I went back home and I found out that you could pay whatever you want to pay.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Well,
I mean,
that was in 2016. I don't know if they probably updated it by now. But then I said,
it's still suggested donation, but like they be suggested.
Yeah, right. I was like, what? The suggestion? I didn't have to pay $20. And so, are you guys still there?
We are, but
yeah,
you're frozen. But we still hear you.
No. Yeah, my video went out, but I'm fine. No, I was like, what? A suggestion? So I go back, right?
You gotta mute on Facebook. Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
It's all good.
It's okay.
So what happened was I go back the next day, and I don't go to the Natural Museum, but I go to the Met because I wanted to see both museums. So they're both on either side of Central Park. So I go to the Met, right? And now the Met is where they keep the dresses from last year's Met Gala. They keep like the most expensive art really in the Met, and like the most expensive stolen art and stolen artifacts and shit in the Met, you know? And I mean, like, this is real priceless shit. And so I go to the Met and they're like, oh, how much do you want to pay? I'm like, $5. And they're like,
suits them right.
They looked at me right. And I was like, yeah. And then I gave him a 5 spot and I walked into the Met.
Oh, yes. Yes. My financially struggling heart is distilled. Oh, how wonderful.
Yeah.
But like, because fuck them. That's why.
Yeah, fuck them.
Because fuck them. That's why.
Like, I didn't know that the Met raised money for the Met. Like, I was like, what? And then you make like people pay like $20, $30 to get in. What are you talking about?
Bro. And it's like you're getting trust. It's the Met, bro. So anybody will donate to you just so they could put it on the resume.
Look at this. It says $200,000 to $300,000 a table. Not for the ticket, just to like sit down and eat at the gala, right? And so you got all these rich people coming in and they're going to want to sit. So they're going to get a table, right? $200,000 to $300,000 a table. That's like $500,000. That's $500,000.
Almost. I mean, you only a couple $100,000 off.
That's $500,000.
And imagine how many guests they have,
party,
bro.
Per 2 parties. That's like, what are you talking about? I gotta pay money to get in here. You better let me see this shit, like,
bro. You know what I'm, bro. And so, that's one, and it's just so. And it's just the Met. So you pull up and it's, I don't even know the origin of the Met Gala or why it exists, to be completely honest with you.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
I keep talking about it. Right, I don't even like really know the origin of the gala itself or its purpose. And I hope it had a higher purpose in the beginning. Because obviously museums aren't easy to run. Fact of the matter is, they aren't easy to run. They aren't easy to maintain. It's hard to find stuff to fill your museum with. Hopefully not stolen artifacts. Looking at you, colonial Europe. But just saying. But like, they aren't easy to maintain. So my hope is there was some like altruistic reason for the Met Gala. But now when you look at what it's become, and once again, I stick by what I'm saying. I'm tired of artists feeling like their only purpose is feeding their egos, especially once you've made it. You've accomplished the highest levels of feeding your ego. You know what I'm saying? You can stop feeding your ego now. Why don't you stop looking within and being selfish? Because you've done enough of that, honestly, and look outside and see, yo, what can I do with my platform to help those people? Because as artists, you don't make it without the people around you. Just unless you're really lucky, super talented, or manage to just finance it back yourself, because you don't. We exist with the purpose in terms of creating art, reflecting our times, and other people viewing it and being affected about it, and it moving them.
Yeah.
So now you tell me you've been a part of that process, and at some point you get to the point where you're like, I don't want to help. And to me, this is how I look at it, because it's like, how could I not want to help? Whether I'm an actor or vocalist, it's like, how could I not want to help the people who coming to watch my films, coming to watch me on stage, listening to my music? Why would I not want to help them be better, have better circumstances, so they can even better come to my shows, listen to my music, and support me? How would I not want to make this a symbiotic relationship between artist and viewer. And the Met Gala, it's just the antithesis of that. And like I'm at a point, maybe it's because I'm older and a lot of the blinders are off. All the blinders are off, but at this point, I'm just like, I'm sick of it. Jesus Christ, I don't even know why we give this so much attention anymore. We just had a super big coronavirus. People's literally dying outside. And there is one aspect to be like, we're going through hard times and we want to do something good, to exemplify that because we want to keep the hope. But how you keep the hope just to do nothing?
Do you feel like AOC's dress was tone deaf?
No. So I actually heard about what happened. So once again, she didn't pay for anything because she can't afford it. But the designers, they were like the only designers who was like, I have a platform. Let me try to say something with it. Because I ain't asking for much, but put at least some effort into it. So she didn't do anything for the dress. She just accepted an invitation, had Tax the Rich on it, and it started a conversation. Understand, starting conversations, that does something. She pulled up to the Met and was like, yo, no one else was doing that. So personally, I ain't the biggest political dude, so you could talk about
doing that though, because like I saw a lot of outfits. Yeah, because there was
I didn't watch too much of it, so speak to it.
A trans woman who had an homage to oh my god, I can't believe I forgot her name. I remembered it before. She had Pay It No Mind on her dress, and she had like the floral head crown, and she had like reflect. Like,
yes, so, it was in honor of Marsha P. Johnson. Yeah.
I just remembered as I was thinking of it. Yeah, so there was one that had, and then Carla Delevingne, I think her name was. She had Peg the Patriarchy and stuff. So it's not like she was the only one who was doing it.
Okay, well,
the message was equally as good, and like I think they were all like valid messages and stuff, and they were all artistic and whatever else. But
I think what the problem is, because I was just kind of glancing at it a little bit. I think the main problem is that
people think about it as performative politics.
It is performative politics, but the thing is,
it actually is.
The problem is, I feel like the problem is really her fan base. Like the problem is the people that she's supposed to appeal to, which is progressive people who are like ultra progressive, and they're like, ultra online and things like that all the time. Right. And so like she shows up to the Met Gala period and then like wears a dress that says tax the rich. It just seems a little over the top. Like she's jumping the shark on her own brand a little bit. She's going to get reelected. She's fine. Like she's good. I don't think that there's anything going to be like any real repercussions for it, but it is a little cringe, I guess, because like, yes, you have this message, but first of all, like the message she had was like tax the rich. It's like, I feel like if I could tap into my inner Joan Rivers for a second, it's overdone.
Oh God.
It's a little overdone for the dress. The dress doesn't even look that great.
Overdone for the dress? I mean, overdone for the statement.
It's overdone for the statement. It's overdone for the dress. It's overdone for
it just got put on the dress at the Met Gala.
Yeah, it's over. It's just
at a place where I wasn't expecting to see it.
It's like, okay, we know tax the rich, but that's also like your job. So it's like, and it's not fair. It's not fair to put that on her like that.
I'm saying,
but at the same time, it is your job. So it's like, why are you the one saying it? You know what I mean?
Oh no, Logan. But so technically, she's just wearing the dress. The designer's the one saying it. She doesn't. She accepted the invitation.
No, see, the designers are the one that's saying it, and you're right. But the designers are also the ones that put you in the dress for a reason. Now, the designer picked her to wear dress because of who she is.
Oh, she is, of
and
course.
So, yeah, like her wearing that dress is a little cringy because it's like, well, what are you doing about it? You're saying tax the rich, and you still get to like bump shoulders with like Leonardo DiCaprio or whoever else. It's like, ha ha ha. What is it? Like,
I mean, no, because the good topic though, because it's like, I don't actually know how to feel about it on that end because I do stray from politics mostly. But it's like she's in a space that she wouldn't normally be in. You know what I mean?
I do think it might be a little bit brave to be able to walk down a carpet with the rich saying tax the rich. Like that is a little bit like putting a target on your back.
Yeah.
No, I agree with
go
that.
ahead, Claire. Yeah.
No, it's actually kind of a tough one to be honest with you.
Because the message is good and I guess well meant, but it's like This is basically a fundraiser for you if you're there.
I'll be honest, my tiny little Australian self had no idea who she was as a person. So
that's okay.
But I did see the dress.
Right.
And like I was saying, like I've seen a lot of the dresses that have come out from the Met Gala, and a lot of them I didn't mind. Like, you know what I mean? Especially in the like in the way that they were sort of like protesting America a little bit, with the theme being America, you know, like the patriarchy and pay it no mind. And
I'm glad those were there,
really, like those, obviously those two really stood out to me because
as artists, that's kind of our power. We can do that.
Yeah, exactly. With this lady, I don't know much about what she does, but I do think it'd be really, really intense. So you say that she's like a politician, or
she is a politician.
Yeah, so she's a politician.
She's Logan, our House Senate. She's a representative.
Yeah, she's a representative. I don't know.
She's a representative in New York. That I know, but I don't remember whether it's Senate or House. I was hoping you would. You're the political guy.
No. I didn't know what district she represents is what I mean. Like, so I don't know what part of New York she represents. Because like when you represent in the House, like you represent an area, like a certain district. You know what I mean? But she's from the
like
House,
NYC district, whichever those would be.
Yeah, I get that, Logan. I know. I was like, I'm going to.
This is your job. This is your job, bro.
All right, I got you.
This is your fucking job.
Anywho. So basically, she's a politician. So in that mindset, I think that'd be really scary too. Not scary, but I think it was in her head. She was trying to like tell the people she was going to this gala with who she was fighting for. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it and like psychoanalyzing it, but I don't know. I would be shit scared to wear such a red ass target on my back, my literal back, while walking through these people who I'm going to be taxing from. You know what I mean? Especially like, why?
No, that's who Logan is. You continue on, Claire, please, because I like where you're going.
I'll say my comment.
That's just who Logan is. He can wait. He can wait.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
He's.
Go ahead. Yeah.
He is. He's waiting, Claire. You keep going. Fuck him.
Okay.
Don't worry about him.
Can I just pause this whole conversation for 2 seconds and just yell at you, Logan, for a second? You cause anxiety in me when you have your sassy, bitchy little like
yell at
snide
Logan.
things.
Yes.
You make me feel like I'm in an unsafe place because you're judging me.
Okay.
And I get it when I'm being a little bit like white and ignorant. Like,
well,
I don't care about
I'm not
that.
judging
but
you.
when it's like when we're
ignorant.
equal ground stuff, like this sort of shit, unless it's not equal ground stuff, which I get self-conscious about, and then like I double think.
I'm not
on this
judging,
one, Claire. He's actually going at her, not at you.
Yeah,
it's just your defense of her makes him go.
Yeah, I'm not judging
him.
you. I'm just judging.
I'm
talking to the subject. I'm just
don't make that noise no more. Claire don't like that noise. Claire don't like that noise, dog.
We're supposed to be real.
I know we're real. Yo, but Claire being real. Claire says she don't like that noise, dog. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. It's gone now. That noise don't exist no more. It's over for that noise. It's buzz on that noise. Carry on, Claire, please.
All right, go.
So as I was saying, I just find that like, I don't know, maybe I was ignorant, or maybe like I said, I could be just psychoanalyzing it, but I would feel really like overwhelmed with the idea, and like I couldn't do it, like so because I had no idea. Like I just thought, honestly, when I saw the dress and the statement, and I thought she was just some celebrity, like I didn't know who she was. I did think it looked a little tacky design art wise, like it was a bit slapped on, but I think her being her, like who she is, makes it more of a powerful message. Does that make sense? Like I think the fact that she's actually a politician makes it more powerful than some celebrity just sort of preaching what's online. You know what I mean? So that's where I come from with my like outside point of view.
I can agree with you to an extent on that, because I obviously feel similar. With Logan, the reason he's so like, is because he's like, she's a politician.
No,
I don't care about their
You're
humanity. I care about the fuck they're doing.
It's not about
that's so Logan. Don't even front.
No, let me tell you why. It's not just that she's a politician. When Claire says that like she has a target on her back because she's like walking into all these rich people. She's in the middle of New York. She's walking into the middle of like Hollywood, New York, where it's like she's around all of these celebrities that donate to people like her anyways. Like they donate not just to politicians, but like left-leaning and liberal type politicians anyways. Like she's amongst friends. And that's why I feel like it's like it is. Like she's not
Logan, I know. I'm not trying to. It's because I know it looks that way.
She's not walking in front of anybody who
okay.
Wait. Let me just get this out.
I don't know what that was.
She's not. What I'm saying is, she's not really in front of anybody who A, disagrees with her, or B, isn't going to be like, oh, yes, bravo. Like, give the little golf clap to her for wearing the dress and being like, oh, so brave. It's
Logan,
like,
I have to disagree with
brave.
you.
It's not like she's walking in front of the Koch brothers or something, or like Rupert Murdoch. Like, you know what
Logan,
I mean?
I have to disagree with you only because you're coming right now, and this is what you literally did, and I'm surprised. Okay. You're coming from the angle of being like, yo, artists, celebrities, they're all progressive and stuff. That sometimes couldn't be further from the truth. A lot of them are people. Nicki Minaj, I believe, voted Republican how long ago? Just because she didn't want to do more taxes and stuff?
Justin Bieber.
Bro, but my point is, Logan, you're going with the framework, artists are like, they're like, let's get progressive, let's tax the rich. Where half of the people there could have been like, fuck her, bitch, I earned this. I don't want to give none of it up.
Even in their private life, they might be Republican or conservative because they don't like getting taxed. But still yet, in their brand is liberal and still like progressive,
but you're saying that for a lot of fucking people. Sorry, a lot of people, Logan. Like you're saying that for I think there was like over 100,000 celebrities there or something like that. Like there was millions of people at that bloody Met Gala, and you're saying that for every single one of them. That doesn't.
No, I want to agree with you.
It for I don't have to say it for everyone. I'm saying it
but
for
you're saying the majority, and I'm just saying like
for a good majority of the people that are there. It's a safe space.
Okay, so even if the majority did,
he's not doing like anything like revolutionary.
If that wasn't the case,
say
we'd
that
be
even
fine,
if the majority, say
fine.
even if the majority does like agree with her and or like loves her or whatever, would they do anything if it caused a problem? Would they stand up and like none of them are up and speaking about it right now? It's causes like flare in media. No one's defending her at all.
What do you mean?
May I explain?
No, I mean like what I mean. No, I mean like what do you mean? Like, are they doing anything? Like, what should they be doing? Like, what would?
No, I'm just saying if anything happened to her because of the dress, if she got any shade, if she got like confronted, if like no one would stand up for her, and no one's standing up for her now on social media while we're talking about it.
No, because
none
she
of
did
them
something
give a
that's
shit
like,
about it.
It's not because she wants to tax the rich that nobody's standing up for her. Nobody's even arguing about her about that. They're arguing about the fact that the dress is cringy and that she wore it, and that like she had the gall to wear something that cringy.
I was defending her, and Mitchell's defending her a little bit. There are people who could defend her, and defend her things. They're just choosing not to.
But not there.
Yeah, well, like I would really choose not to because I just feel like it's just bad strategy. Period. Like I'm not gonna defend like an error that could be like avoided is what I feel like.
Let's talk about Logan for a second. I want to do that.
I
want to talk about the intense amount of like cynicism and judgment this boy has for somebody he's never met in his life. Like that's really intense, dude.
It's because he's a politician. I told you. It's because it's a politician.
What do you mean? No, because I don't. You're right. I don't.
And Logan, like, I don't fault you for that neither, because you have a very valid point with that. Because you're not looking to. Because I agree with there's a certain statement I remember you said it had to be like on a Facebook argument we had, but you're specifically like with politicians. I'm not here to specifically care about them as people. They have to do their jobs,
right?
So I get where you're coming from on some level. Don't get me wrong. It's just that here it's like when I see a politician, mind you, most politicians don't have the gall to do something like this in the first place. It's like, I agree with the statement myself for the most part, and she's doing this in a space where I just finished saying doesn't do that at all or care to. And don't get me wrong, this isn't what I'm wanting. This isn't the saving grace, but it's better than nothing at all. People saw it. It starts conversations.
My thing is like she's going into a rich space, and yes, she's wearing a dress that says tax the rich, but at the same time, she's also like going into a space with some of the same people that are going to be at her fundraisers and that are going to be like voting for like or endorsing Bernie Sanders if he ever runs again. Like, and some of these people have been in those same commercials. It's not, I don't find where it's novel or like riveting or anything. It's only noteworthy because it's a faux pas. It's
but
like
in truth,
it's
that's still an
riveting
assumption,
because it's a
Logan.
strategic faux pas on her part, and that's what I don't care about AOC that much, anyways. But like, and I don't really see like where like this is like such a like a horror, like worse has happened to her. But like I don't feel like I don't feel like this is something that like you know.
Yeah,
you were saying like how cynical I was about it.
Yeah, I was saying you were being cynical about it in reference to the fact that what I said and where we got with this was I feel like that would be really anxiety inducing for any human being. And like I think at the end of the day, even though she's a politician and you don't like to like care about the human side, she's getting told it's like it was still like, even if it's like a problem, it's like it's a white person problem or whatever else. Like it's like a small person first world problem is more what I'm trying to say. It's still like something that she had to go through, and no person deserves to be ripped to shreds for trying to do something, for trying to do the right, like a good thing.
What she did.
I don't know about that.
And even if you don't believe she does, why?
Logan wants to get Logan wants to get specific, but like
if
now's not the time.
You can so say someone tries to do something good, but they just miss the mark because ignorance or whatever else. You can educate them on that, but you shouldn't discourage that because that's just going to cause more ignorance and hate.
But you have to understand, Claire.
Does it have to?
Sometimes.
A lot of the time it can.
But psychologically, it can, Logan.
I hear people say that a lot, and I get where you're coming from, Claire, and I hear that a lot. But for me personally, when I hear that, I'm like, if you turn to the dark side because you don't like the shame that you're getting for like doing the wrong thing, that's really more of a reflection about you.
That's different. That's not what I said. Like what I said was a
also
lot more
disagree with that
generalized than
statement,
that.
but yeah, go ahead.
Okay, this is frustrating.
I'm sorry. No, okay, we should move on soon. But all I'm trying to say is I get that she's a person. Like I can sympathize with that. Like I can sympathize like, having anxiety about like, doing this thing or thinking you're going to like, wear this message and it might not be received well, and how is this going to happen, and even like wearing it period, and like how are people online going to perceive it and everything. I can get all that, like, but what I'm talking about is like what happened after, like what actually happened, how is your message actually received? Did we even really think about like what it was?
Well, we talked about that earlier though.
But once again, I have to.
It's like the Met Gala, like.
Yeah, that's the point. That's what makes it cringy. That's the point.
That's the funny thing, because that's one of the things there that'll be like, why is that what you're cringing at? But regardless, but the reason why people are cringing, because similar to Logan, people who are like heavy into politics, like for real, the fact is they just can't ever get behind performative politics, whether the message
but it makes
was
a
right
bad
or
message even to people who aren't, because all it takes is for people
even
like
it's
me.
Not really like performative.
Well, no, it takes like people like me or somebody else to be like, here's this rich person going to this rich people ball saying tax the rich.
Except she isn't a rich person.
I mean, she has money on her.
No, she got about the money of a salary for a house member, and she didn't pay for any of the stuff to get to the Met Gala.
I checked her net worth before I started.
Wait, how much is net worth that? No, I'm interested.
It's not big.
Count, it's not big.
Net
but it's
worth
like,
doesn't even count. Net worth includes your house, your car, your assets. Like net worth.
Claire, but did you hear him? He's like, it's not even big.
Pockets.
Huh?
Yeah, it's not even big.
He's like, it's not big. But what does that even mean, Logan? What was the number?
It was like $1 million. It was like $1 million. It was like $1 million or a little over.
My auntie owns that house that has like the net worth of $1 million. Like my auntie.
Interesting.
She's not rich. My auntie's
that's what I said. She's not like rich, but like it's still like you're still the person at the Met Gala, Yeah.
Choose to be there.
I'm not at the Met Gala.
Well,
like
let me
they
not
didn't
say
put
that.
me in nothing.
I said she didn't choose. Okay, okay. First off, you got to work that out on your own, buddy. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. That's your personal shit to deal with. I don't know why you even want to be at the Met Gala. We just had an entire discussion about anyway. But yeah, it's hard. It is a hard thing. But me personally, I don't take it to that effect. Some people do, but I don't think that everything else about the Met Gala is more cringe than that dress to me.
Yeah,
the fact that we got a message there.
No, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree. Like the Met Gala overall is much bigger problem than AOC is.
But somehow her dress became that and I was like,
also part of the problem because it's like kind of a distraction. But whatever.
Yeah. But anyway, that's what I wanted to say about the Met Gala. I'm glad we had a good conversation about it. But I'm just so
conversation. I'm
so tired of just all this bullshit, man. Use your platform. Use it for good. Not for your fucking disgusting ass ego that
I'll let you close this out. What were you gonna say? What were you gonna say, Claire? I'll let you finish this off.
Anywho,
I'm trying to keep track of the time.
I was just gonna say, I don't like. When I was growing up, I never really saw a problem with that sort of stuff because I like I understand what's entertainment and what's for fun and what's on TV and everything. As I got a bit older, though, I do see some more of the cracks when it comes to and also, I think as time moves on, sometimes we should let stuff go if it's causing more harm than good.
Yeah.
All of that sort of stuff. At this present time, I obviously don't care enough about the Met to know who everyone is. I honestly just like looking at the cool costumes. Like, I actually do like looking at the outfits every year. I go on my phone and Google them. I'll have a look. You know?
Right.
And that's how I get my entertainment from it. But if there is a bigger underlying issue, I would be willing to give that up. You know, it's not the worst deal in the world. So, yeah, that's all I really had to say on it. And then you guys were supposed to say what you were going to say afterwards. And it would have been cleaner, but you guys talk a lot, so.
All right, damn. I said all I really had to say on it.
I know you did. I should have said mine first. Mine would have made more sense first.
Would it? I think it's okay with the clothes. You don't have to say
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
You guys got real placid. You guys were it's not a big deal.
I'm sorry. We listened to one of our co-stars and decided to respect her.
Oh my god!
Damn, that just happened.
Sorry, I couldn't help it.
You a bitch. You a bitch, man.
Why gotta be a bitch though? Why gotta be a bitch?
Because you got that bitchy attitude.
Damn,
I don't know what
Claire
you mean. That's Logan. What you mean?
No gender. Ben's bitch don't have no gender. You got that bitchy attitude. So does Logan, but I never saw it in you until today.
Oh no, Claire, don't do me like that, Claire. Don't put me on level with Logan. Please take it back. Come on, please. I'll do anything. I'm sorry. Claire, I'm sorry. Come on.
You here now.
No! God, no! God damn it. No, it's too late, God.
Sit down right here. It's real. I got it warm for you.
No, I'm better than this. No, I swear to God, I'm better than this. Claire, I swear to God, I'm better than this.
All right, man. Let's talk about something fun. Let's talk about white people shit.
Oh man, you just been waiting, ain't it?
Yeah.
Let's get it over with.
I do want to state for the record that white people shit does of course definitely exist. In terms of America, it gets confusing because in America, white people were so interested in taking a whole bunch of black people shit. So there's this weird confusion going on. Y'all carry on from there. I just had to make that clear. But everything else,
Mitch is not playing with y'all today.
I'm not trying to. I said specifically America because we could talk about
it's true, 100%.
Like anywhere else in Europe, fish and chips is some white people shit. Sounds like it tastes good. You know what I'm saying? Rugby, that's some white people shit.
White people shit.
If somehow fish and chips ain't white people shit, I just don't know. Who am I supposed to trust? Who am I supposed to trust?
Okay, it is Scandinavian.
That's what I wanted to talk about. That's why I wanted to talk about this because I wanted to know what qualifies something to be white people shit. You know,
the same cultural standards we have for everyone else, but
we're talking about it now, so I want to know.
let's clarify. Not with Claire this time, but let's clarify, because
she seems
I want to hear
person to clarify on this.
Well, I want to hear Claire's opinion on this real hard, but let's keep in mind. So the term white, very similar to the term black, even though we don't talk about it nearly as much. You know, it really truly like codifies itself in America, because similar to Black Americans, white Americans living here disengaged from that portion that would be their cultural traditions.
Okay.
Most white people don't know what parts of Scandinavia they come from. They don't know what parts of England or France they come from. The ones in Australia weren't originally there. The ones in South Africa also not originally there. Mm-hmm. So we use the term white, you know, similar to how, you know, Black people from, you know, African cultural traditions use the term black, except it's a lot stronger for us because, you know, that was something that united us and strengthened us. Whereas with them, it was just, that's how I kind of identified, you know, my shade and split myself off from Black people.
Right.
Whose culture you completely demolished and made them have to build an entire new one, which we did because we that damn beautiful.
Okay.
But, you know, for them, it's a very similar thing. White Americans specifically, where they might be able to trace it back to Ireland or something, good for them, but they don't really have that connection with that culture. They can't call themselves Irish because white doesn't really exist once you go across the Atlantic. You're British. You're Irish. You can even be Australian or South African. But in America...
They have white across the seas.
Yeah, that's basically, honestly, if you ask me, because of us.
We do, but we don't. I think, so in England, we have that broad term white because they're the ones who started, well, part of the ones that started this whole slave thing. Sorry, I don't mean to brush over stuff like that, but I also try and say it quickly. So I don't mean any offense.
Don't brush off the 400 years of... No, okay. Let me not do that. I'm not
I knew you'd do something like that. That's why I said it. I knew we were going to do it anyway, but it's lighter now because I already apologized. Got ahead of the curve.
Whoa, don't like mentally engineer me. Yo, what the fuck? Damn. I feel so used.
Damn.
Shit, yo. Oh my God.
Starting to use that psychology brain more and more. Anyway.
Oh, wow.
Well.
Go ahead, Claire. No, keep going.
And like, so same with South Africa too. So they do have like that white shit, you know, they have the white side. But places like Scandinavia and like Eastern Europe, France, a little bit, it's got some white shit, a little bit. Trying to think of all the countries and my brain's just fuck, what was it called? I can't remember. But there's some, like, it depends. There are some like Eastern Europe European countries that don't have any white shit, but there definitely are that some like have some, like England and France and South Africa. Because those white people weren't meant to be there.
So you mean
England
like
was supposed to be there, but they weren't supposed to have black people.
Like in their society, they define those people as like white people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, does that make? Am I speaking sense?
No.
Because in
South Africa, to clarify. For,
also, do y'all know the history of South Africa? Because in South Africa, they wasn't supposed to be there. So that's why I can understand where Claire's coming from. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, I'm explaining it to Logan. I guess because the history of South Africa is King Leopold of Belgium coming through and committing genocide against an entire tribe of people there.
With some white people. Yeah.
Which was some white. So for them, it kind of, and then you have to integrate. And it's always when you kind of have to integrate where you start, all right, we need to classify because it has to be us and then them. Mm-hmm. And like she said, you know, England, well, I mean, Spain technically, since they was, but I don't want to get into that because that's a lot more complicated. But nonetheless, and they come over here to America and classification gets even thicker. It was always around, but in America, because as we know, America was like, what, racism? Nah, y'all got diet racism over there. I think we turn this up just a little bit. We can turn this up, just a lot of fucking bit. And we have a heavy effect on the rest of the globe. Not in the beginning, of course, because no one expected us to last this long. No one expected us to beat England in the first place. But nonetheless, we did. And as the power grew, and now the term white, black, no one really uses like yellow for Asian or red for native indigenous. I ever hear
Anymore.
Redskin out loud again anymore. Exactly. I hear Redskin out loud again. I'm be like, yo, bro.
Here's what I want to
But
know.
now it is, we're
No,
kind of
yeah.
at this point where it's
Here's
like,
what
We
yo,
have our own things.
Here's what I want to know. Because, okay, y'all was like fish and chips is white people shit. Now, I'm not really trying to defend
I
fish and
googled
chips.
that, by the way.
I'm not trying to. I saw you Googling it, by the way.
It's Holland and Spain. Holland and Spain mixed together.
All right, here's what I'm trying to say.
fish and chips?
Is that like
interesting. I
fish
didn't
and
know that.
chips,
Yeah.
people say is white people shit, or you guys say is white people shit. I don't know how many people say it, or if you do get whatever.
It's definitely white
whatever,
people
It's like
right?
half white
But
people.
it's like-
shit.
But
No,
what I'm
it's
trying to
definitely just
find
white
out
people
is like, because I don't even like fish like that, and I don't eat fish, whatever.
You're so defensive now for
What?
this right now. It's really
Yeah,
random.
bro,
But
what
why
is
is
going on
it?
right now?
Why is it white people shit? Is it just because it came from white people?
Well, so
I think it's because
culturally,
it came and then they love it. Like they love it. Like you know what I mean?
I mean, as
like-
funny as that sounds, but
But
like,
like, do black people not
Like
like fish and chips?
stereotypically.
now,
No,
yeah,
I'm
but
not
guess who
saying
put us
that.
all?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Does something have to originate from
I
you to
think
be your people's
Fish and
shit?
chips is like a white people stereotype. Like black people and like Hispanic people have their stereotypes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because the stereotypes are based in the fact that, you know, certain people did enjoy those foods. It's
At
just
some
wrong
point or
to
something.
say that everyone does. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, right.
Yeah.
But like, that's
So glad
culturally
I did
British.
that, like,
and
culturally
British.
Because to me,
Yeah,
like
so
You
when
did.
it comes,
Good for you.
yeah, no, to me, because when it comes to food, like white people's stuff or like any people's stuff is like something that's like just like from that people, but also only those people like enjoy that shit. You know what I
That's
mean?
not how that works, bro. Do you
Well-
not like
no,
tres
I
leche
don't think
cake?
so. That's not
No,
Do you
I
not
mean,
like
like-
churros?
No, that's stereotypic. Yeah,
No,
that's
no, but
stereotyping in a whole
exactly.
other way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's stereotyping.
but that's
a
what
little
you're
different.
doing.
No. This is what I mean. It's like, okay, for example, what's one
How
I
is this
can
fun?
use?
Oh my gosh.
It was fun. Why are you so
Not fun.
stressed about it?
I was expecting it to get here all along because you can't talk about something like this without people being like, "Oh shit, we got to
Why are
claim
you so
stuff
stressed
now."
about it, white girl? While I just try and pick apart and bring to light your horrible history. Why are you so uncomfortable,
This is
white
that was
like-
girl?
Logan.
This
That
is
was
the
Logan, not
least-
me. I
this
was
is the
I was here
least
with
I
you.
know. I
bad-
wasn't talking to you. I was talking to
Oh,
Logan.
okay. Because
No,
I ain't
yeah,
being a
yes,
bitch
yeah.
again.
This is like
I
the
ain't bitch
least.
made like him.
This is like the least
you
bad
okay.
part
You're less
about your
bitch.
history.
You
This is
less
the-
bitch.
I ain't bitch at all.
I
You
know,
stupid.
that's what makes it sad.
No, okay, like green bean casserole. This is like expressively white people shit. You know what I mean? It is,
No.
because only
American
green
shit.
like
That's not because we don't do that shit.
I think you believe, my
White
brother,
people do
that
that shit.
that raisins in the potato salad is white
raisins in
people
a
shit.
potato salad. Also, white people
we
shit.
don't do that here. I don't know what American shit's going on.
No, that's a
here.
joke. That's a
You
joke.
need to keep it contained. You need to keep it contained. We don't do that shit here. I
You
speak
keep
for like
contained.
England and shit, but not Australia.
well-
God damn.
Those came about like green bean casserole.
We have our own issues, but
and-
we don't put raisin in potato salad, so we're good.
raisins, raisins in
You get
potato,
pass. Yo, for the record,
raisins
you
in
get pass.
potato salad and green bean casserole are
Which sounds the worst thing in the world.
Green bean casserole is actually pretty good. Nothing wrong with it.
Okay,
It doesn't
well.
taste bad.
I
Yeah.
don't know about that.
Okay.
But those things,
I like
where those things
spices.
come from, is basically the idea that, and yeah, kind of that, like when white people make a dish, they just like throwing whatever the fuck into that dish because they can't really cook. So it's like
Okay, are you
part
sure
of-
you didn't just throw that
no,
in?
it's part of the stereotype that white people can't cook. It's just
Oh,
like
okay.
American
yeah.
white
And speaking of the
stereotype,
stereotype, okay.
yeah, no, like it's also like
No,
this-
facts.
like the white
Super
people
American.
stereotype that like like they don't cook their chicken or they don't, you know what I mean, like so they just like eat uncooked
Yeah,
chicken.
but that is a stereotype from America because I was
You're
thinking about it,
enjoying
and, like,
this far too
Sweden-
much.
Because like Sweden.
But this is what I wanted to get off of this part.
Wait,
because-
hold up. I wanted to hear what Claire
Oh,
was
so
saying
as
about
soon as I
Sweden.
start to defend other white like people at all,
Well,
like even the
what were you
smidge,
gonna say
we're
about
getting
Oh
onto
Sweden?
yeah,
the
what were you
topic.
gonna say about?
Oh,
yeah.
they
'Cause I'm
have,
interested
like,
in
their-
that.
Like they have like herb gardens up the wazoo and stuff for like their food, and they often cook with fish just because of how their climate is.
Right.
So, like to say that like we don't that, like white people don't know how to cook chicken or whatever as a whole stereotype is wrong. It's like not cool because like that's just white America. And I think a lot of Americans and Americans
It's wrong to say all of white America too.
I don't give a shit about white America.
Yo,
White America with raisins in
Go
the
ahead,
potato
Claire.
salad. I'm ditching those motherfuckers. The first straw was Trump. The second straw was green bean fucking casserole, whatever that
This show is off the
shit is.
rails right
And
now.
then
Like, it is
raisins in your
gone.
potato salad? Nah. I'm done. What is that? That is disgusting. That is nasty.
I think it was
Why?
mostly a joke from an episode of SNL for Black Jeopardy that Chadwick Boseman was on, but now I don't
care.
now
It's
I don't
a joke.
know.
No, because SNL is always last to the curve. It's a joke because it's something that's happened, like in real life and to people. Like you invite
Leave
like
White
somebody
America
over and then
behind.
they like put.
Like Sarah maybe can come, but everyone else.
Claire, you can't just excommunicate all of white America.
I am. I'm not going to talk to any
Mitch-
white person except for Sarah from America.
Mitch,
That's my new rule.
That's white people business. Let her tend to it.
I know you didn't just do that. Oh wow, yo, Jesus Christ, yo, where are we right now? Where are we
This
right
is hilarious.
now?
Oh my god, this episode's a little wild.
I
Really
told you.
wild. I don't know if this is a bad one or
It's a
not.
fun topic.
Is this a bad episode, Logan? Because I
No.
Oh my
I don't-
God, I hope not.
I don't know. I think
Jesus
you're gonna listen to it
Christ.
back and be like,
It's like, oh man. But okay, back to
"Hey, if you do
subject
Logan,
again.
sorry in
Back to the
advance,"
subject.
because I just
Back
feel
to
like you're going to
subject
be
at hand.
like,
For me, if we're
anything.
talking about anybody's thing, like you gotta.
When does
For
it
me,
go
it doesn't
too?
make.
Let me ask
when
you
does
a
it go
question.
too
Let me ask
far?
you. Yeah. When does it go too far?
And
In what sense?
elaborate in terms of
Great. When does it go too far when we're like, oh, this is white people shit, that's white people shit? When does it really go too far? Because I feel like it goes too far a lot of places, but I want to hear what you guys got to say.
To be honest, for me, the only time it really like legit goes too far, and that's when no one can laugh anymore and it stops being a joke, is when you go, "This is our shit. Nobody else can be a part of it or have it at all," without any valid reason whatsoever.
Okay, that
And
is
mind you, I
pretty
don't even
far.
know if
like
a valid
you
reason
went
would
into
be.
That
KKK
is pretty
territory.
well.
Let's
No.
back it up
I
a
mean,
little bit.
Logan, you guys think, but like, truth be told, we're human beings.
Yeah.
It's in our nature to have culture. A black person
Yeah.
raised in Ireland
Well,
is, guess what? Irish. You feel
okay,
me?
Irish.
yeah, but hold on.
But if you go, hey,
Gotcha.
black person, you ain't Irish.
What I mean is, when does it go too far when us as black people say that that's white people shit? Is what I mean. Not white people necessarily saying that we can't have some of their
Oh,
shit
go for
because
us.
like
because that's
yeah,
just
because
old news.
we
Like,
don't really listen to that anyways. And we
Yeah.
go
We're
and do what we
joking
want
most
we
to.
of
already
the
know
time.
that's fucked up. Like
Yeah.
that one's
To be
Yeah.
honest with you, dude,
already
I don't
on the,
know
like,
because
to be
we be
continued
joking
pile.
most of the time. I guess when we hurt somebody's feelings, because most of the time we just be joking. But as most white people know, like in
I
comparison to black people and joke taking, they could get a little bit in America at least. They get a little more sensitive than us, so on specific topics.
I think which
so
is
I don't.
ridiculous.
I don't. Yeah, but it's life. I don't know. But like, yeah, I guess that would be the line because otherwise, it's like if I tell you raisins and potato salad is white people, that's that white people shit. That's because most of the time. Listen, I've had a lot of Thanksgivings. I'm 29 years old. Now, I am also Haitian American, not just
I'm
black,
gonna
but I
make
can talk
you
to my
actual
black
potato
American brothers.
salad.
You don't need to.
It's
My
gonna
mom
have
would do that
bacon
just fine.
Like, oh wait, you're vegan.
Ooh,
now.
you
It's
got
gonna
the
have,
bacon
like-
bits. You got the bacon bits in the.
Yeah,
Well, not yet,
that-
but I can't eat bacon. Yeah, see,
Claire's
you're
a
I
real
won't
one,
give you
ass.
bacon bits, but I'll give you
Listen,
like I don't know some
not
extra
all black
spring
people like
onion,
pork, for the
make it
record,
nice
that's
and
fair.
big and cheesy.
Listen,
I'm gonna actually
Claire-
give vegan potato salad a go. I've been
Claire-
cooking lately. Anyway,
Claire comes on this podcast every
I'm
day.
mad. Yeah.
Every time she comes on this podcast, she just be in little subtle ways letting y'all know she's a real one. Like she like.
Yo, that's a stereotype right there, bro.
no, it's a Claire stereotype. I don't mind. I like it better than clarity.
It's
Fuck
a
that
Claire
shit.
stereotype. Claritypes with Claire.
I can only speak for myself on this sort of situation, obviously. Like, I'm joking around and I'm like saying all this shit.
Yeah, of course, of course.
But at the end of the day, I think, like, I struggle with my opinion on this because I understand the complexities, the emotions, the issues, and the, like, political standpoint with behind what I'm saying. But what I would love would be like the perfect world where we could all share our cultures and we could all, like, everything would intermingle to the point where there was no barriers and no one was getting butthurt. But again, I understand that white people can't just take stuff and then expect, other people to not be like, well, hey, can I have that in return? And then be like, no, like, that's not how it works. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so
in America, that's exactly how it works.
Why, culture appropriation and stuff is all like a thing, like, exists.
Yeah.
So I understand. I just wish that we as a race, like a human race, could just sort of like be better and be that ideal that everyone's like, oh, we're one race, we're the human race. Like, I would love that. Like, I get you, girl. But what you're not getting is it's like not working.
Right.
No, so people aren't doing their parts.
Right.
It's not
Claire,
meshing. It's not coming.
Man,
I think, well, yeah, sorry.
No, you can say no. You don't have to say yes. I'm asking permission. You could just be like, no, not yet. I won't mind.
It's okay. You know me. I just sort of get into a roll and then break down. Go on.
No, okay. Well, one thing I wanted to bring up, because you brought up appropriation, and like you know how I am in terms of idealism, so I absolutely agree with you. It's just me. There's this line, and people have to remember there's a vast difference between appropriation, culturally speaking, cultural appropriation, and cultural appreciation. And you can appreciate something. You really can. White, black, whatever, but you have to appreciation is not as easy as appropriation, because we come in with appropriation. We're like, I just take it. It's mine. Who the fuck cares where it comes from? Who the fuck gives a fuck? And that shows me that you legit, who cares? You don't.
Yeah.
Who cares? Obviously not you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know me, I fucking love Japan. I love anime, you know what I'm saying? I love that culture. Like, honestly, it's had a profound effect on my life. And I could never just do something in the style of Japan, whether it be my hair or the clothes or wearing a katana around my waist, because I'd love to be able to do that, but I can't. And it's like, there's no part of me that could ever do any of that. And then someone come up and ask me and be like, hey, yo, man, what's up with your weird drip? It's like, oh, yo, without me being like, oh, yo, bro, you know anything about Japan, dog? Even if I don't know a lot, because, not everyone's a fucking genius. Even if I don't know a lot, I have to at least acknowledge where this is coming from, because then I'm not helping anybody appreciate anything, and I'm creating ignorance. And now someone may go to Japan at some point and visit and be like, oh, yo, my homie did that style, to like 12 different people in the same place, causing major offense. And you want to talk about human disconnect? Boom, there's one. Now, instead of learning something about another culture, appreciating them, trying to form a connection, you instantaneously turn them off to you for no other reason, just for lack of knowledge. That's how I feel about it personally.
To me, a little bit. I love Mexican food. You guys know I love my spicy food. And we were having like a Mexican food night with some of my friends. And one of my friends was like, I love Spanish food. And I was like, oh, well, this is actually Mexican food. Like, Spanish food actually has like a whole there's various different types of cuisines throughout, Spain and Spanish countries. And she was like, oh, cool. And like, I felt like I didn't do a lot, but then like I was sort of like, oh, maybe I should have done more research. But then I felt like, oh, well, at least I didn't just be like, yeah, me too, like, and just let it go. I at least tried to be like, well, this isn't Spanish food, it's Mexican food. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So even if you don't know all the facts, even if you don't know the facts, but like enough to start that thread of like information, you know what I mean? Because then, because you've thought about it, you can be like, oh, well, I should Google that eventually. Like, I should get around to that too. And then that's how knowledge can, I was going to say breed, but that feels gross. Learn, go,
just
proliferate.
Just turn down the lights, put knowledge in that room. Let it do what it do.
We're not. No. Shut up. We're not doing this. We're not doing that. Anyway, I don't know what. It was funny, but we're not doing that. But Claire. But the thing is, your heart was in the right place, yo. And like, I know it sounds like cheesy to say that, but like, your heart's really got to be in. We're human beings. Your heart's really got to be in the right place, yo. And it's like, you did what you could do. You didn't just flat out let it lie, and you didn't try to lie to the person. You didn't make some shit up. You went with what you knew about something you love. and tried your best to help someone else understand that. So hopefully they could go
food.
learn. Yeah.
You know what?
And I love this.
You know,
Yo, like for real, like people don't get how simple it could be because we're too busy fighting each other all the time because of the divisive nature of. Well, that's a separate discussion. But.
While we're here, Claire, is metal music white people shit?
Wow, you really be trying to do these segues.
I did it. But I did it. It was good. It was a good one.
Music and art is hard,
we really
you
gotta stop
asshole.
acknowledging the segues on the pod, though.
Music and art is hard.
Nah.
We should just let it go.
They're great.
Like, give me my praise.
Yeah.
That's a hard question. Maybe, like, I really struggle with your, like, question of, is that white people shit? Because when you think about it, it originated in Scandinavia, like metal music itself. Then it went all over the world. Specifically, America really picked it up, and it was like white people shit there as well. But as it's like evolved, like Japan is really into metal, and they have been since around the same time America got into it. It just wasn't as expansive, explosive, I guess. You know
Can
what I'm
I
trying
ask
to say?
a question about that? Because when we did the pre-show, we were talking about how metal's kind of like it's from Scandinavia. So like, am I freezing?
You were breaking up, but you
a little.
Yeah, it's because I was moving around. All right, let me ask again. Okay. Well, my question is before the show we were talking about whether or not we were talking about where metal music came from, and you were saying from Scandinavia, right? But then metal music is also like rock and roll music too. And that comes from black people in America, like black people in America.
Yeah, it is.
So that's what I was going to ask you is like, is metal rock or is it not? Like, is it like...
It's not.
Like,
so metal
what
isn't
makes
rock.
it different than rock then? Because I think like a lot of people...
So it's a medley. It's an amount of interest in. Oh my God, this is the worst time to have a stutter. Instruments. So there's more instruments in a metal band than there is a rock band. It's pace, and there's also feeling too. Like I don't know how to explain it, but it just has a really different vibe. Right. That'd be like is rap, pop sort of thing. Like even though they sort of do interject a lot,
but they are
like
not
whatever,
the same thing.
They're not the same. Yeah.
Funny thing. So here's another question. I don't know if you know specifically, Claire, because this is a hard one. The thing is
Ben
about
is better at this than me, but I'll give it a
go. Rock versus metal, because metal originates from like old school Scandinavian tradition. What my understanding is, and folk,
metal is actually more connected to folk than it is rock.
Right, and so rock and roll over here. So this thing happens in the world sometimes, where it seems like two things have a connection, but we're happening at two different times in two separate places independent of each other. And I do believe that's the relationship between American rock and roll and the beginning of metal music in Scandinavia.
When did metal music start?
See, that's what I don't know. So maybe
I can't answer that. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I'm going to get to the interwebs and see
but I
if I
don't
can
want to
find.
speak the non-truth on the podcast.
Yeah, because I want to know the time period and what's going on with it.
Nah. I mean, it's been around forever.
Well, that wasn't the point, too. The other point you wanted to kind of make when we were talking about it before was kind of the gatekeepy aspect of metal, I guess. And so that kind of like goes with this. So like, sorry.
We talk about it.
Yeah, I want you to talk about it.
I went to, but then you were like, yeah. And I was like, okay, he's going to talk more. And then you stopped. And I was like, all right.
Okay. Cool. Okay.
Damn, we dumb. I hate that. I hate how a lot of people, and like, I don't know how this gatekeeping sort of came about, to be honest, because I just know that I grew up as like a child being like, oh, metal music's, Leonard Skinner and fucking Slipknot and Metallica and all of these bands that were really white American bands, like really white. Even if they weren't like the worst of the worst, like they were still really white. Yeah. And I don't know why, but that was what was like just marketed as metal music as when I was a kid. And then when I became a teenager, I became friends with like other people who were interested in like the broader scheme of things. And that's how I learned about the band Maximum the Hormone, which is a Japanese metal band, and it's so good and so interesting and really different to that stereotypical sound you get from like South America. No, like Southern America.
Right.
But South America does actually have metal bands too. Side note, but that's not what I'm talking about. It's just I learned that like there was different sounds to metal. Like metal can have like flutes and bagpipes and
Violins.
various different other instruments, violins, harps. It can be folky. It can be like softer. It can be bluesy. And yeah, they come from all over the world. So it was like a door opened. And then I was thinking, why does nobody know about this? Why is this one typical type of metal, the one that's always played on the radio, the one that's already is like marketed on TV and stuff, like even System of a Down, and they're a oh my gosh, I feel so rude. What are they? They're a specific race that I can't remember, and I feel really bad about it because it's like, give me 2 seconds. I'm so sorry.
Everybody is Googling.
Just a little bit. Because but things aren't like, because that's the thing with like music
Meryl
and stuff.
Streep right now.
Things aren't as consistent because you have some like sites, and I'm just wicking things as quickly as I can. So it's like, 1950s and stuff start up, and then you have some places being like, yeah, you can date metal music back to the 19th century. And I was like, okay, obviously I'm gonna need to do a lot more research because that's a large ass fucking gap, bro.
Yeah.
But so right now, unfortunately, inconclusive. We'll get back to you.
Damn.
Armenian. That's why it was so important to remember.
Oh, okay.
What's Armenian?
Yeah, they're Armenian. They're an Armenian band that were a political band that were pretty, like, I still like them, but they still just really did feed into that like American culture. There's another American band that I really like that isn't that white, and that's Body Count. I think it's Ice-T. I think.
Oh, what?
Oh, yeah, really?
It's not Ice Cube.
Well,
It might be Ice-T.
No.
Yeah,
Ice Cube was straight rap, but Ice-T was doing other things.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was doing a
I
lot
think it's
of other
Ice-T
things.
and it's Body Count, and it's really good, and I think you guys would like it because he does like really political songs. Like he has one called Black Hoodie. He has one that's like called oh my god, Talk Shit Gets Shot or some shit. I can't remember, but there's like a lot.
Sounds like
They're really
Ice-T.
Yeah, they're very Ice-T. Like they're very Ice-T.
Yeah,
Like the Cage
Ice-T.
vibes, Ice-T. Like you know what I'm saying.
Facts.
So but no, there's some good
Love
stuff
it.
that comes out of America. But you know, more of my favorite bands like Contrast from Germany and Ilavetti from Norway, and Maximum the Hormone from Japan. And then there's like some other African bands. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but I also really like them. Oh yeah, Last Year's Tragedy and fucking Demogoros Sanctidum. This is why I can't remember the names.
Whoa.
They're sometimes really fucking stupid, but they have good music.
No, I personally like the sound of symphonic black metal when we're like, we want to
That's
get
fair.
black metal. And then we're like, let's introduce an entire orchestra behind them and just see how the fuck it meshes together.
No, that's cool.
And it's like fucking great, honestly.
Yeah, Ben likes all the clown stuff, like all the bouncy stuff. You know, the ones that make you go
Oh,
like this.
God. He's
Like, I'll
going
come out.
crazy.
Like, I'll wake up and there'll just be music blaring throughout the house, and he'll just be sitting with his controller just bouncing on the We're like, what's up?
Yo, that
Good
shit can
morning.
be scary. If you're scared of clowns, oh boy, is that not the music for you? Is that not like the music for you? But like, yeah, man, it's hard to, because music and art in general tends to be a hard one, because most artists in general, mostly including myself, are of the idea that when it comes to art, anyone can be an artist after all. I mean, life is going to influence you. How you choose to express is essentially yours, quintessentially yours. What we don't pretend about is where styles and forms come from. And to me, as an artist, you're gross if you gonna come out here, do a hip hop set. Like, yeah, what do you mean? What's it matter where it came from? Man, like, I'm the best one doing it. All right, sure. Subjectively
That's not the
speaking,
mentality
maybe.
to have.
Yeah, it's just not the mentality to have. But that's the place where I draw the line there. But it's hard, especially with music, because like if someone listens to a song and they vibe and mesh with it, I'm not going to tell them not to, right?
I think you're allowed to like a certain type of music. You're allowed to like whatever music you like. I think what is important in liking that music is to have like to hold the accountability, you know, like know where it comes from, even if it's just a gist, because I understand it's really hard. Like you don't need to Google the whole history of like rap or hip hop or metal or pop or whatever else that you're into, but at least be like, oh, this is, you know, from here. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but if you're interested in it, it's not going to be a chore to look up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Right.
No one's asking for an essay.
Right.
But to just know where it came from or why it came from. Like, I love blues music, but I know where that comes from. I know the reason I like it is the pain and the emotion behind it. So obviously I got the gist, you know what I mean? And when I listen to it when I'm like, because I'm sad and I like to it helps me feel the emotions and stuff, but I'm not taking on their emotions. I'm just processing my emotions through music. You know what I mean? So I think it's just how you do it. When it comes down to anything, I don't know why it's so hard for people to just
be respectful,
care enough and be respectful.
Yeah.
If you care about the music, you should care about who created it. You know what I mean? Because you have connections to music. You know what I mean? Like when I'm listening to this blues music, I'm listening to this man sing and hear the pain in his voice and know what so I don't know what he's been through, but I can only imagine. And like, it's like I'm with a friend, you know, like it's a connection. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy.
No. Yeah.
No,
it's a connection and you should respect the connection.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's like my friend, so therefore I should respect him and not, you know, disvalue his existence.
Right.
You know?
Now,
not just like consume him, not just like consume him as like a commodity. Just like eat him. Yeah,
I'm sure he's had enough
horrible.
of that in his life. Like,
that's why he's singing the blues.
Talking like he's my friend. Like, leave my friend alone. He's had enough of that shit. Like, you know, and I can only imagine. Like, I don't play instruments or sing, but I could only imagine what it would be like to play that music. Like, that's even more of a connection.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so I don't get these like white rappers or whatever else coming out and not respecting that.
Post Malone.
You know?
Yeah. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
Nah, fuck
But that's America.
Eminem is actually pretty good about it.
His
Eminem's fan base, on the other hand,
oh my god,
is horrible.
Because white people got one rapper that was nice as all hell. That Black Legends was like, yo, that boy got it, and then
they were like, oh, he got it, so it's okay.
And then they're like, yo, he's the best.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just because I respect Eminem. I think he's earned all he has. But the thing is, he only earned the other piece of it because there was an entire fan base, especially during that time. I was like, oh, white person in hip hop. I mean, Dr. Dre heard you and gave you a pass because he knew you had bars. He was good. But nonetheless, it wasn't Dr. Dre that, you know, I mean, well, technically it was, but
it was.
Nonetheless, it was because of that fan base that allowed him to really reach these levels of stardom.
I don't think. Yeah, go ahead, Claire.
Sorry. I was going to say, I don't listen to him at all. That's why I mentioned him, because I just sort of saw him and was like, oh. Well, I didn't see him, but I saw I guess it was his fans more than him.
Right.
But I was like, oh, that doesn't feel right. Like, just what they were doing, how they were doing it, how Eminem was the best rapper in history and all that sort of stuff. I was like, don't feel good. That don't feel good. Therefore I was like, yeah.
I don't think Eminem is the best rapper alive at all.
I don't agree. Like, no.
And I think,
I wasn't agreeing with that's why I didn't feel good.
A lot of people make that, like, argument that, like, Eminem is the best rapper alive, and I just don't see where. Because for me, personally, I don't think that he's a bad rapper, but I think that, like, if Eminem were black, like, people wouldn't talk to him about. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm coming.
If Eminem were black, people wouldn't be talking about him the way they talk about him. Like, I don't think he's as notable if he's a
not to
regular
this level. No.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think it has a lot to do with the novelty of him being white, and that's like an old thing, and like he kind of knows that a little bit, acknowledges a little bit, and so it's not like the worst thing in the world to say about Eminem. I'm not saying that he's like really not a good rapper, but at the same time, the way we like hold him to like this mega standard, I don't see it. Like I don't.
You know, the thing is, what happened with Eminem specifically, especially because people heard rap and it was like, oh man, the way they can put together words and stuff. And when it comes to Eminem and wordplay, oh my God. But people forgot that rap and hip hop specifically just ain't about the words. It's about the words. It's about the music. But to me, most importantly, and that's what really separates greats from wannabes, is the message. Hip hop rap came with a message. Hip hop wasn't birthed just off the fact of, you know, oh, let's just have a good time. Motherfuckers was struggling, wanting to put shit out however they could. You know, sampling other shit to put shit together. And yeah, sometimes it came out silly and, you know, that was their creativity and talent. But like, it was also used to spread positivity, to spread an actual message most of the times. And that's what really be separating greats from like, like, what are you actually saying? Right. Because anybody can put together words. But what are you saying with those words?
I wanted to talk about, you know, whether we should have compared Donda and Certified Lover Boy. And that whole thing was stupid to me because like the whole like Kanye and Drake beef and them making like
real.
It's not real. I don't believe it's real. I think it's really like a PR thing to get like both of their albums out. Yeah, it is, but it's like it's just stupid because like the albums can't be compared. Like Drake is obviously like doing a better job, like I guess rapping and doing like his Drake shit on there, and he's really just like it's like a mediocre Drake album to me. Like it's not like great. It's not like the best album ever. It's like it's stupid. It's not like the best anything. It's just like a regular Drake album. I've heard all this shit before, all the melodies and stuff. It's not like novel to me. Kanye, on the other hand, it is new shit, but it's still kind of like his what is it? Not New Slaves. What is that out? The Yeezus out. It's like that in that tone. But I give him a little bit of a pass on that because it's like about his mom and stuff, you know? So like it's not the music I'm listening to on that album so much as I'm listening to the tribute, how you tribute somebody's life and like what is the art behind that. So it's like I'm listening for two different reasons. Like I'm listening to Drake's album and I'm listening to the vibe of it. I'm like, I could see myself playing this at a party, and like I would never play that Donda album at a party. Like there's like I'm not doing it. It's it's sad. Like I'm not
all of it. I mean, it's so fun.
Most of it is sad. Most of it is about somebody's dead mother. You know, all respect to her, just like to mine. But like, if I made like an album about, like, you know,
it made me so uncomfy. Like my friend, if I did that about my mom, my friends would be like,
bro, I don't know.
Like,
what type of party is this? Like, yeah,
they'd be like,
yo, listen, jail comes on. Jail comes on, and it's him and Jay-Z, and I'm like, see, y'all could have been done made Watch the Throne too, but now look at you. No,
it
just makes me sad because I'm like, no, me personally, because I prefer, but that's the type of person I am. So this is subjective because I prefer Donda over Certified Lover Boy, and like I'll play Donda at a party all day.
It's such a weird thing to. But that's who I am. It's such a weird thing to compare.
I'm not comparing. I could on an artistic level because I make music. I'm an artist, but like, I just personally I prefer Don. That's who I am. You know what I mean? Now, if I was to try to get objective with it, that's difficult.
It sounds mean, but in my head, I was like, you can tell he ain't lost his mum. Like in my head,
oh my god!
Like you don't know what. I don't mean it to be mean.
No. I know.
I thought I'd bring it up just because I think that is the defining point. Is it's uncomfortable, you know. Yeah. To just know what he would be feeling, and the fact that he did that, like. I feel like that's a little private. I've had those emotions.
Let me set the stage up, right?
He didn't keep it private.
I have a party, And I also want you guys to listen to my album, which also happens to be about my dead mother, right?
Yep.
And then we're halfway through the album, and you guys are like uncomfortable a little bit, but maybe you start vibing on like a bouncy bit of like the album. And then like I just burst out crying. Now what are you supposed to do?
Damn, that is a valid ass point. That is a valid ass point. It's
I'm
going to be really hard.
Like, it's going to happen.
It's going to be really hard for me to keep bumping onto this music as I try to console you and enjoy.
I wouldn't be able to sing like or like rap or anything without crying. Like I would be like the whole time. Like I'd be crying into the microphone. So like you'd have me crying at the party, and then you'd have me crying on the track. Like I just
I'd be like,
no,
I remember when I was 3 and you let me lick the spoon, and like I remember when I was 5 and you took me straight to school. Like,
it's not funny.
Like,
I'm laughing because I'm uncomfortable.
Like,
Oh my god! Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go re-listen to that one again. I'm gonna re-listen to that one again. Definitely.
Sorry, we went a little too hard. We had a little bit.
No. I get
a moment.
No, it is awkward. It is awkward because the annoying part is because that also gives it so much artistic power because like it's really genuine and authentic.
Yeah.
Look,
but it like hurts people.
Get it.
And that's real.
I get it.
But that's also why I didn't want to compare it to like Drake's like summer album that like he's like talking about fucking bitches and shit. Like I don't like this is not. This isn't the time. Like this isn't the time to compare.
This is impropes.
This is
inappropriate.
Yeah, and that's why I know that like Kanye's not well because like the fact that you wanted to compare like this obvious like come on, this doesn't make sense for both of you. Stop it. Like it's the weirdest beef. I hate it. It's gross.
I still don't think it's real, but I don't think he wanted to compare. He's just dropping his project. The beef you mean, or the comparison between? Yeah, I know. It's so stupid. Yeah, true. Yeah, right. Oh my god. I was like, what? What are y'all even beefing over?
I was like, I just want to say for the record that art is like a good way to like work through your problems and stuff like that. Like I remember when Mum passed away, I got encouraged to do like a lot of art, like from my like psych team at the hospital. I got encouraged to do a lot of art. So
they're doing their job.
Yeah. So that was really good. I painted a lot, did a lot of like sculpting and stuff. So I'm not saying that Kanye making this album for his mum is necessarily negative for him because like at the same time, I just think it's really negative. His whole ego and his like career and his like entire lifestyle is now resting on his dead mum. Do you get what I mean?
Yes, I get what you mean. Like,
I feel like that's a little
like,
icky.
Like the fact that like you're trying like to do promo and shit and all that. Based on the back of it, like it is a little
Like
it's a
do the
thing.
like the art is important. Like it helps you process. It genuinely does. I'm not against. I know, but I thought that was obvious. I'm the one who's not into art talking about art right now. You talk about art all the time. I know.
Not enough, actually, but you're right. Fair, valid.
Oh, Jesus. Anyway. So, yeah, I was just saying, like, I just, it feels funky. Because, like, I get it. I get doing art to, like, help you process, but don't profit off it.
Well,
I didn't sell my paintings and like not that anyone would buy them, but I didn't sell my paintings on my like pottery or anything. Well, I'm not going to sell them anyway.
And I respect that. Well, it wasn't just that too, and then he also had him and Kim were going through that. Are they even actually going through the divorce anymore?
I don't think so.
I
don't think it's got any.
Never mind. I'm not even gonna bring that up.
They just showed up as ghosts at the Met Gala. You know what I mean?
He was there. I thought it was just her.
Nah, she was like dressed as like the ghost of Christmas future. Like, come on, like.
She's like, it's not me. We can go together because they won't know it's me.
Oh my god, that impersonation! That was great. That was so horrible. It was great.
I've heard that bitch way too many times in my life.
Oh man, bro. Oh god. So yeah, man. I don't know, but yeah,
Kim stood there dressed like the shadow monster from Lost.
I love
you haven't seen the meme with Shikamaru stepping on the tail end of her dress. You haven't seen that meme? Have you seen the meme, Claire? Oh, Shikamaru just chilling there, just like shadow possession jutsu, bro. Right on the tail end of the dress. I was like, yo.
Send it to me.
I was like, guys. Oh, let me.
Send it to me.
I'll see if I can put it in the chat. Hold up, because oh my god, y'all didn't see that, yo.
That is great.
Oh man,
you guys will put that in the chat.
Hold on, let me just y'all continue on because I don't know how y'all didn't see that, bro.
But
I sent the meme. Yeah.
I gotta see this. Yeah, I gotta see this now.
Oh, bro, here he Claire laughing around, but it is, bro. Yeah, they did get dirty, bro. He just chilling there. Not even Shippuden and Shikamaru, like. Cause we don't need Shippuden and Shikamaru, so it was just
little
regular
baby boy Shikamaru.
Little baby Shikamaru just like shadow possession jutsu, and so I was like, people, the internet's just undefeated,
undefeated.
Just remains
I'm sending
undefeated,
this to
bro.
Benjamin if you want to pay attention.
I figured y'all would have seen it. I thought that one was pretty popular, but there's a whole bunch. I can't remember all of them, but yeah. Speaking of celebrities, there was a celebrity death that just passed. Was it last week?
Yeah,
and
last
that
week.
is the unfortunate passing and death of Michael K. Williams, which brings us into a discussion that Logan wanted to have on just the Black community and like losing real important figures just too soon. Like, now you feel there's something going on. I don't know if I could say it's to that degree always, because it depends on the circumstance. And like, I would definitely be nosy in terms of his circumstances, because Michael K. Williams, let me say for the record, and Logan, and maybe you too, Claire's about to get really mad at me, because I love Michael K. Williams for different reasons. He just pops up. I respect him as an actor. I still haven't watched all of The Wire. Still haven't watched all of The Wire. And Michael K. Williams matters to me that much. Exactly. That's horrible. Because like I've seen him in Lovecraft Country. There was a couple of other series.
We talked about this a little while ago.
Yeah.
You guys talked, I know, and then look what happened.
You did too, dickhead.
Yeah.
You were there.
I know. He always does that. He goes, yeah, you guys talked about it. Like,
did I say? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. My fault.
Yeah,
but then
you.
My fault.
So
my
a few
fault.
episodes
Obviously,
ago,
I
we
was
talked about how
there.
yeah.
I mean, obviously disassociating though. Let's be real. Obviously disassociating.
Well, you said you didn't watch The Wire, and then I said I did, and then Logan's like, "What is this backwards world?"
Yeah,
and I was like, "I can watch."
It's
I
exactly
content.
a world you need,
I like
because
TV.
stereotypes shouldn't exist. But
I just
Boardwalk
popped on one
Empire,
night
The Wire
on
is some
CBS,
black
and I was
shit,
like, "What's
though.
up?"
and then
The Wire
It
is
is.
so
It
black
is.
that when they made season 2 about white people, they got upset. That's how black The Wire is.
Mind you, haven't seen The Wire, but know how great Michael K. Williams was in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Michael
Yeah.
K. Williams was a phenomenal actor. There aren't.
He is.
Need you to listen. Y'all don't get acting to. So let me put this down for you. There is character acting, and there is the Hollywood fluff and mumbo jumbo. No disrespect to that. Actors like that, we have Sylvester Stallone, where it's like you're kind of a Hollywood face. We hope you have talent. Michael B. Jordan, similar, but thank God he has more talent. And then we have character acting. Now, this is where we get into, method and
People
things
who
like
can
that.
play.
Popular character actors, for instance, Bryan Cranston, phenomenal actor. There are very, very few actors I put on that level. Michael K. Williams is one of those actors.
Right.
Phenomenal actor in our community. Phenomenal. This man is just this quiet, mild-mannered man fucking playing Omar. Yo, run me that, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck you doing on my block, nigga? Get the fuck off my block, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And then go right back. All right, cut. Was that too much? Because I could reel it in a little bit if you need, or give you that type of fucking talent.
Yeah.
And that speaks volumes and theater communities, even film communities, because that sort of acting, that sort of talent, that's what we all want. But then he was also just a down-to-earth, grounded person, you know what I'm saying, that you connect with. You hear stories all the time about him just being in Brooklyn, just chilling, being himself. And that's what you need, you know what I mean? Not artists obsessed with their egos.
He was Black Keanu Reeves.
He was like Keanu Reeves.
I don't know if I'd say all that, because Keanu's not one of my... I love Keanu Reeves. I love Keanu, but
I just mean Keanu's like the nicest, chillest person. when he's acting. Yeah. Honestly, I like Keanu Reeves better than I like his characters. Honestly,
Right.
that's
I
fair.
don't
No, that's
know
fair.
how great of an actor Keanu is.
No disrespect to him. He works.
But
Understand? He works.
I
but-
understand he works. I'm just saying I don't vibe with his movies, and his
Keanu's
acting
there
isn't it
because
for
he's
me.
pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But him as a person is really dope. He's a really dope person.
To be honest, I'll always, if Keanu wants to do some work, like, awesome, cool. Because I know he'll put the work in to do it regardless.
You're like, you know how you do charity, Keanu?
No, I didn't mean that in a, man, Keanu being the man that he is would obviously understand. So fuck the both of y'all. Fuck the both of y'all. Anyway, back to Michael K. Williams.
To Keanu Reeves, Chad.
Back to Michael K. Williams. Back to Michael K. Williams.
Yeah.
Who passed of an overdose.
I don't feel like, there's like something like conspiratorial going on where like,
I think it's just
black
sad.
people are dying. I
But
think
you're just
think
wondering what's up.
I feel
Well,
like
it's more than that.
no, I feel like Michael K. Williams, and we have people like Michael K. Williams, and we have Chadwick, and then we have like all these like figures that like die like really early, and like it just, to me, it hurts because
It does.
well, yeah, it does, but like the fact that like we lose so many black people at like such an early age, and black people don't really go to the doctor, like that's a thing in the community, and that like it's gotten better. It's gotten better with
Yes,
certain
Same
people like
here,
working
too.
on that.
Definitely
You know what I
has,
mean?
yeah.
But at the same time, it's just like there's reasons behind that. It's not black people just not going to the doctor just because. Like, there's a reason
There's,
black people don't want to go to the doctor because like
trust issue
because
between us and the medical
in the medical community, yeah, and the medical community is still like horrible to black people. Like black women are treated like horrible when it comes to like medical care. Like that, I remember that story. I think she died, and I don't want to be disrespectful, but like there is that story where the guy, like his wife was like in pain after like labor for like hours and hours and hours,
No,
and
that's not good.
the doctors just like they didn't
No,
care.
they should have
and they
taken
just
her
said
straight
that
in.
like they didn't take her seriously. They didn't take her husband seriously, and he's like begging people to come see his wife, and then she dies. You know what I mean?
That's so fucked up.
And so like
You better got
I
checked.
just hear
Even though
these
that's not what
stories,
it's about, but
and it's like
malpractice.
if people like Michael K. Williams can't get like the help that like people like, let me say, like Charlie Sheen can get, where like Charlie Sheen is like forever
out
a
of
cokehead,
fucking-
forever.
bro.
Like no disrespect to him, like he's all right as a person. Like, he's just got.
Maybe dude is like,
I
Wasn't he the one spreading AIDS knowing he had it?
yeah.
don't know if he did that. I don't think he
I'm
did
pretty
that.
sure he was the one spreading
kinda,
some STD.
I think he kind of sobered up a little bit after he found out he had AIDS, which
Oh, good for him.
that's another
Yeah.
serious thing. But like, what I'm saying about it is just that like I'm watching like people like him like go on and live their lives and stuff like that, and it's like I just feel like the way medical care goes for black people in this country, the way like black people have to handle stress for this country is we talk
Unacceptable.
about it. It's
No.
unacceptable. We talk about it, but I don't think we actually even know how serious it is. Because like if people like Michael K. Williams can't like get help, if people like I don't know who else, just like they just can't get like the proper care that they need, and then they're millionaires and stuff, and they're famous and stuff, and they do like great things, and it's like you still can't get what you need. It's like, what am I supposed to strive to then? Like as a black person, like what do I strive to then? There is no out then. Is like what you're saying. Like black people still getting harassed like on the street by police and being rich. Like what is it we're going towards? What is it I'm striving to? And that's what I was kind of thinking about when I thought about the topic, because like I was like, damn, him too. You know what I mean? And I wasn't the only one. There was other people that said that too, that like, why can't we keep any of our black legends, our black people alive?
Yeah.
But like that has a lot to do with it. It's like, like we dealing with a lot out here. We dealing with a lot.
There's not enough care.
Yeah, there's not enough care. We're dealing with a lot, and we still can't get the care, even when we have the cash, we have the means and stuff like that. So it's like, that's why I get upset sometimes when people like, when we're talking about racism and things like that, and people want to bring it back to like, how much money people have, and like, we got to change economic conditions. It's like, yeah, we got to change them, but like, are your prescriptions like specifically for Black people and what Black people are going through? Because if you don't understand that, then are you really helping me, or are you just like using like my name to get on? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but see, medical science is just, it's medical science. It's unconcerned with how you're feeling or what you're socially experiencing. And that is, to me, a large problem. And in the medical field in general, and that's not just for like me as a Black person, it's too sterile.
The science can be unfeeling, but what about the doctors is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
How many times have you been in a doctor's office and you see how they raise doctors? And in America specifically, remember, America isn't like other places where unfortunately, people can afford to go to doctors and maybe they may care for. Medicine here is business like everything else, which is the biggest problem. Yeah. Healing should never have been allowed to become a business.
Right.
But look at what our conditions are here, because it's so sterile. And doctors who come into our offices, whether it be from other countries or not, I don't know, because I've been in and out of a few doctors' offices now in the past couple of years. And it's like, I'll get maybe one or two doctors who I could actually say like I cared to maybe start a conversation with and like. Nothing against them, because that could be their personality, but like, they're just so in here. All right, I got to get, prescriptions, all that. I got to maybe do a surgery, all that. And the connection between them and person, I'm not going to say is all the way gone, but it's too far gone.
Right.
Way too far gone. I've been in too many offices and just felt like, because yes, I get it. I'm a patient, but it's like, damn, you think, and they're taught that too, because you can't get attached to someone who may die on your watch. Mm-hmm. Because if you do, you may get sad. If you get sad, you can't afford to be sad as a doctor. You got work to do, which is true.
Right.
But nonetheless, you got to find a balance. Because the way it is, especially in America, sorry, medical professionals, you can get mad at me if you'd like. I understand that it's harsh, but it's not it. Yeah. It's not working. It's not benefiting either of us.
Right.
At all.
No, that's real.
And that's, Mike. But no, rest in peace to Michael K. Williams.
Yeah.
Condolences to the family, because to us, he was Michael K. Williams, this great star. But to them, that was someone's son, cousin, father. I'm not actually sure.
Yeah, he had kids, yeah.
He had kids. So father, you know what I'm saying? Husband or boyfriend or whatever. And like condolences to you, because like, it's just always sad, man. I didn't know him, but from what I'd seen, like, he seemed like a real true dude. That's somebody I would have loved to have worked with. It would have been my absolute honor to work with him. Chadwick as well. Those opportunities are gone.
No, I love Michael K.
Claire,
I like
are you
him
all right?
And everything he's doing. Yeah, it's sad. This is shit.
I'm sorry.
Sad.
I just looked up at her and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, she looks sad because this shit's sad.
No, yeah, absolutely. I don't want her to be like, if you needed help or you needed to say something or you good? Got you.
I hear
it is
Ben yelling. Ben must be yelling.
Was he?
She gonna go check on that.
Oh, okay. But yeah, man.
You okay?
Let me mute her real quick.
Yeah, man. All right.
I just want him to be like, I fell down and I need you to take me to the hospital.
Oh, man.
I hope not, dude. That'd
It's gotta be like
No,
the third week in a row where like
I
something
know.
like Claire asked me, she's like, "Are we cursed?" Like,
He's been falling down? What the heck?
no, I mean like it'd be the
not
third
at
week
all.
in a row where like something bad has happened to us. Like your
Yeah.
apartment started flooding.
Yeah,
like,
Yeah,
I
and then
know.
I was in the hospital
That is
on Monday.
crazy.
You-
And I didn't
Yeah.
know if I was going to be out in time for the podcast, and I was in the hospital, so I was like, just so you know, I'm in the
Yeah,
hospital.
I-
I'll be cursed.
I dead forgot about that flooding, because it wasn't even as big a deal, but I was like, oh, right, flooding bad. People
I'm
worry
like,
when they hear
who's
flooding.
trying to stop me from being great? Like I'm just like,
No. They're testing your greatness. Think about it. That you see how you can reverse this? Because you're
Okay.
thinking, they're trying to stop you, but nah. It's just, it ain't easy being great. They got to send these now, so that way in the future, you're going to be like, nah, I can deal with this.
Nah, I think
can
about
deal
it
with
as like
this.
who's trying to stop me because I want to get him. Like you know what I mean? That's
Logan,
how,
it might
that's
be
how
God.
It feels me.
It might be God who's like, I got to do this to you, son, because I got to make you strong.
That's like that.
You sound scared. Logan's like, no.
Because I can't fight God.
Exactly. The point is, Anyway, I was just trying to help you through a situation. You good.
Thanks.
It is what it is.
Trying to
Just
make
saying,
God my enemy.
I was trying to make God your friend. Your God.
Nah, that's enemy shit. You trying to hinder me and shit? That's enemy shit. I put you on site for that.
No one's hindering you. They're merely allowing you to grow stronger through adversity.
Yeah, I'm gonna grow stronger, all right. Stronger up your ass. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna find that motherfucker. Like, Logan's hoping he just find the personification of someone just doing random ass. Yeah, Logan. Yeah, I moved over to New York real quick just so I can cause his miserable apartment to flood. He didn't know I blocked the drain, but I did. Oh yeah, what you think? You think Claire's hot sauce wasn't? I made it that spicy. It's not normally that spicy. I made it that spicy. Mitch missed the podcast? Yeah, there's a reason he had a bad day.
I think about curses like that, though, because, like, curses, you'd be, like, going about your day. Like, when you said, like, he made the hot sauce that spicy. Like, Claire's just like, this is really good. Like,
this is great.
Getting real fucked up by a curse, you know? Like, oh, wow. Like, eating double portions because it's so good.
The person sitting in the corner like, yes. Yes, Claire. Yeah.
That's crazy. I hate that.
Yeah, I know. No, he's very stupid. He's very stupid.
I don't need to think this about. I don't need to think this about.
The devil,
I don't need
man.
to think about this.
It's all good. We here. We bounce back, yo.
Yeah, it's the devil that keeps scrambling my brain like it's scrambled eggs.
Actually, probably. But we're not going to get into that. I mean metaphorically, whereas Logan well, technically I don't mean metaphorically.
Logan means literally all the time.
Yeah.
What's the metaphorical devil look like? I know, Mitch.
No. I didn't mean it metaphorically. I meant it's just that because you mean it in the religious sense, where I do mean it. I do mean it in like a metaphysical sense, not a metaphorical one.
What's a metaphysical sense? What's the difference between a religion?
The Christians.
Yeah, go for it.
So, you know how you're like, God is with all of us, and Jesus is with all of us, and like the devil's this,
best luck to you.
All that sort of stuff. Okay, so there's like heaps of people on earth, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool. So, like, say the devil is scrambling my brain. How does he have like one finger in my brain scrambling it, and then he's over like feeding stuff to the KKK, and then he's like, like doing like all this other shit all at the same time? Like, does he have like weird like tentacles? Like, is he like kind of like one of those beings that you can just be like,
does he have weird tentacles?
and then like it just sort of like
no, there's like
go
a
into
real
people's
answer
brains.
for this. Like, the devil isn't everywhere the way God is. Like, God is everywhere, but the devil isn't. The devil isn't everywhere because there's multiple demons. All right. If you guys want to really know, like, this is how this shit works. I'm not trying to sound crazy on the podcast. This is how this shit is. That is not me. Don't kill the messenger about the shit. Okay. But the way it works is that there's multiple demons and shit. Okay. It's not just like one demon.
I mean, that's
I got a crazy me.
There's not one because he's got multiple little ones.
Well, no, it's like because devils are ex-angels. So like,
yeah, I know that
the
much.
followers.
I've seen Supernatural.
Yeah,
not as unreputable of a source as you would think. For the record.
True.
For the record.
Ish.
The followers of Lucifer are the same ones that get cast out. So there's a finite number of like demons, but like, and there's a finite number of angels too, but like that's just what it is. So like, when people like talk about evil and shit and they're like, oh, the devil did this and that, a lot of the time it's not the devil because of the fact that like you was probably living wrong anyways, and that's just your fucking life. You know what I mean? Like, like the devil most of the time leave you alone because you're doing so much wrong that he's like, nah, you got it. Like I don't gotta be here for this shit. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't have to be there for every fucked up shit you do. Like that's just how it is. Stop! Don't be quiet when I say shit like this.
Claire's like, I don't have time. Like, I can't right now.
Y'all ask the questions, y'all get the answers. Shit.
So does God have tentacles?
Does God? No, he's everywhere.
How is he everywhere?
Because he can be.
That's
How
what
can he be?
omnipresence. That's what
Like that
omnipresence is.
GIF I sent you about Doctor Strange on Twitter. There you go.
So those are tentacles. Those count as
Omnipresence?
tentacles.
Those don't
that
count
word
as-
would be
He
omnipresence,
multiplied
wouldn't it?
himself.
Yeah.
That wasn't tentacles.
Omnipresence. That's how omnipresence works.
But hold on.
What,
I'm
Claire?
thinking.
What? Yeah.
So okay, so he can be like he can multiply himself. Is that what you're
No,
saying?
it's like he's literally everywhere
How is he everywhere?
because he can be.
How
How is
can
the
he
universe everywhere?
Well, technically, you could
be?
be.
Science.
There's mad ways.
Don't even.
They're not
This
as different as you might think.
She's like, I'm trying to get him right now.
They're not as different as they might think.
There's
So is
mad
God
ways.
science?
Huh?
Is God science to you?
Yeah. What does that
So
mean?
did God
what does that
create this
mean?
earth?
What am I agreeing to? What does that mean? Hold on.
I mean, you said
What does
yes.
that mean?
You
Yeah,
said yes.
yeah, because I was
You
just
said yes,
upset.
let's
you
move
know?
on.
I was just upset.
I do that all
I
the
don't think
time.
you were wrong. I don't think you were wrong, but
Logan, so did God create Earth and like all the planets and like the universe and everything, like all the solar systems and the Milky Way and stuff, or did he just create Earth?
Wait,
whoa.
why would he just create Earth?
Excuse me.
I don't know.
It
Ask some of the other
he
Christian
says
friends that
he-
spread lies.
It says, holy shit. Wow.
Oh, wow, Claire.
Sorry, they're probably not your friends.
This
in
is
your
such a
defense.
good faith conversation.
The witch removes himself quietly and just observes.
Do you reckon I'm a witch?
Yes, I would say that he created all the other celestial bodies as well. Is that okay?
No, I don't
Like,
care.
what is
That's your belief.
contradictory about that anyway? It's like, what
Nothing. I was just curious of what you believed.
are there people that believe he
Yeah.
only created the earth?
You're fighting me. I'm not fighting you. I'm just asking you questions that like test your faith, and you're getting defensive.
Yeah,
just
because you're
curious.
asking questions that test my faith. Like,
I'm just curious on what you believe. I don't actually know that much about Christianity.
do Christians not believe that like he
I
created?
don't know. Also, a lot of
space?
people that talk to me about Christianity are stupid, and you're not stupid. That's why I asked you.
Oh, okay.
Well, you were raised Catholic, right?
Me.
Right. Okay, you. And then
Yeah.
Logan, you're Protestant, right?
I'm not
Ooh.
Catholic. No.
Got the
No, I
fuck
said
out
you're
of there when I
Protestant,
could.
which would Protestant and Catholic. So technically, Protestant is even though you have Protestant Christian, but originally it was Protestants versus Catholics, and
Roman
that's why you
Catholic.
have the split, because you have Catholics believing one way, and then you have the different sects of like you
Like
have
I said,
Baptists,
like I said
evangelicals.
before, Mitch, let
Catholics
white
are
people
nasty.
deal with their business. Like, let them deal with all
Logan,
that
I
shit.
can't, bro. I ain't even gonna-
I don't think about
I
that
ain't even-
shit. I
ain't
don't
even
subscribe
gonna-
to that shit.
Just curious, because you guys know, like, this isn't anything about you or like religion specifically. I'm just curious. It's gonna sound connected because of what we've just been talking about, but it did just pop in my mind as a different thing. Does the Haitian people have their own religion?
No, but it's called syncretism. So we
Okay.
were slaves, unfortunately, and the
Yeah.
French brought over Catholicism as well.
Mhm.
The African religion of the time for us descending from West African countries was the Vodun religion of those
Oh, yeah.
regions, which is beautiful. You should definitely look into
Yeah.
the Orishas. When we go to Haiti, we call them the Loa. Unfortunately, masters are like, yo, you can't worship your ancestor gods and shit like that. That's wrong, because Catholicism is supposed to be right. I'm not going to get into that because I don't care about that. But nonetheless, they were like, huh. But black people being who we are and having the ingenuity of like 1,000 men
Yourselves.
in one being.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. But no, it was like, oh, okay. All right, so y'all got these saints. That's interesting. We got Lua. Well, we could make it
Cool
seem
story,
to
bro.
y'all like we're worshiping them while actually worshiping the Lua, and that's called syncretism. That's a syncretic relationship between religions. That happens in a lot of
Yeah, it
places.
happens a
in
lot.
Brazil.
No, I did understand the term.
Mhm.
I was just curious. No, that's sad though. But
Also,
smart.
Protestants.
It's sad and
came over
smart.
there,
It's
too.
bittersweet because I'm like
It's
so proud of
sad
them. I'm
and
also so
smart.
sad.
Well, we
That's fair.
kicked them off the
Yeah.
island, as you know. So
But
I
we
know, I'm
still
gonna be sad and
kind of
smart.
It's still
sad and
sad, bro.
smart.
because me personally, I'm not Christian
You can be proud
or
and sad.
to that
Sad and
level because you know my spiritual journey is weird because I pay attention, but it's like things like that really do like irk me the wrong way, and it'd be like I ain't got time to be praying to white Jesus, but that's not how it works, and a lot
just
of people are
pray
in
to
different
Jesus.
relationships.
Don't pray to white Jesus.
Exactly.
I don't pray to white Jesus. I pray to
I
Jesus.
know you don't pray to white Jesus, Logan. Your defensive ass. I wasn't saying that at you. I just mean for like, you know, in those olden times, that's what it was like.
You know
had to
how
pray to
it
white
was?
Jesus. I was like, no.
Week, me and Logan were talking about.
I got fucking
if Sam was
Chongo.
black. You know,
Wait,
we were
what?
talking
I
about
got
Sam is
leg
black.
Wait, hold on, Mitch.
Mitchell, stop speaking.
Sorry.
You know how we were talking about how whether or not Santa's black, and there was that whole debate and everything that happened.
When did we do
It wasn't on the podcast.
We did it last week.
It wasn't on the podcast. It was just amongst friends.
Yeah,
like
we were just talking.
And Sarah. We're
And
just
he is
chatting.
black. He's black as shit.
So Santa's not real. So there we go.
The
Anyway,
historical person, there is a historical Saint Nick, and he's black.
Yeah, but there's several different Saint Nicks. There's one from Turkey, one from Scandinavia, one from Istanbul.
Yes, but that's in Turkey. So that's the.
Oh, okay. Sorry, maybe. But yeah, there's like Santa's like a. It's crazy when you think about it.
Yeah, but the real one is black. That's what I'm saying.
Everyone has. Oh my God, to you maybe that's great. I'm not saying that he's not black. I'm just saying that there are others that aren't black. And they all happen at the same time. And I'm trying to talk about how cool it is that they all came about and like that mentality of how they all decided to like I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what? I give up because you're in a mood. I'm just trying to talk about the coolness of the hive mentality. You know how they've got like that hive mentality theory about how everybody sort of gets like the same sort of similar ideas around the same time? And how like around the same time there was Black Saint Nick and Scandinavian Saint Nick and I think it was Middle Eastern Saint Nick.
There's a word for it.
Sure. But you know what I'm saying. Yeah, you all get what I'm saying. I was just trying to talk about how cool it was that there were like all these people that popped up at the exact same time. Yes, one was black, Logan. I know one was black. I never said one wasn't black.
I know. No, all I'm saying is like the real one was black. Like
we are all connected.
There's no way of proving who was first. And there's no way of proving who was real.
Well, I'm saying that they only have when we looked at the article, right, there was only one real one. And he was black.
It wasn't. No. Ask Sarah. He didn't state that was the real one. It just said that he was from. I think it was he was created like he came about from like I think it was 1600s to the 1800s, and then the other ones also said the 1600 to the 1800s. So like they were all like came about around the same period of time. There's no way of actually knowing.
No, they said the story, but they said like the person looked like this, and then they said like this is the person.
Oh, we got Santa Claus in the race draft?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy, why'd America about to be mad? Who else we caught this year? Yo, hey, listen, I be paying attention to the race draft, like shit, we still technically beefing with Middle Easterners over Jesus.
Pause.
Oh shit,
he's
that was a joke.
He's saying like he's talking about it like that was like the only photo there. He's talking about it like I'm not saying you're trying to take it away. My issue isn't that Black Santa isn't real. Like is real. I mean, my issue isn't that Black Santa is real. That is 100% fine. My issue is that Logan refuses to acknowledge the cool thing that I've wanted to talk about, which is like the hive mentality and like how these countries that weren't connected like we are today all created a Santa. But no.
I think that's cool too.
He won't do that with me.
No, I think that's cool.
Oh, now you're doing it with me.
No, listen.
I look crazy and racist. Great, thanks.
No,
well, you did it to me when I look like crazy and like demonizing like Christian person. I like
so this is revenge.
Yes,
this is revenge.
Came swift.
Oh.
Okay, all right. Hey, guys. I will turn this podcast around if y'all don't put it together, all right? How am I the person trying to bring sense and order back to this? Do y'all not know how embarrassing that is?
What? What's embarrassing?
No, because I'm supposed to be able to be my wild, free self.
No, it is embarrassing that Mitch has got to like take care of like the podcast.
I know. That's why I was
Come on, now I barely got my own life together. Trying to have me maintain order and shit. Bring us back together. Bring us home. We would be the best
siblings. Like me and Logan would be like the tightest siblings. We'd be those siblings that almost kill each other. Like as children. God. Imagine us as children. Like we'd play I'd play a prank on you, so you'd get back at me. But then like we'd also be super tight and everything. Like we'd also hang out all the time. But at the same time, weid also be like so like when we'd fight.
Like it'd be there, yeah.
Yeah, we'd both be going to the bathroom like every day.
Just in the back. Looking.
You know what I'm saying? Like, woo.
I'm just in the back like looking like, God damn it. Why couldn't I be born into a different family?
Why you want to be our brother?
I've had so much fun tonight, but we have a job to do. It's time to wrap up the show.
I was getting ready to wrap up. Yeah.
I know. No, you can't wrap up the show. Shut up.
All right. You know what? Now that you said that shit,
I already wrapped it up. I was wrapping it up. Claire,
I was gonna really wrap it up.
Whatever. Claire, do you have anything you want to say to people?
Yeah, just so with metal and stuff, if you feel like it's not your jam or like you're not into it, have a look and just see if there's like another country's metal that you might be more interested. Because like I was saying, there's some more softer metals, more folky metals, more bluesy metals. So if you're like, oh no, I don't like metal, and like all you're getting fed is like all this like American like white trash metal, have a look around. Have a look around. There's also some awesome metal in America as well, like I was saying with Body Count and System of a Down and stuff. A lot of people already know System because they've been around for like 100 years. But you get what I'm saying, like there are some other cool stuff in America as well, but have a look. It's really good stuff. I like it a lot. I like how versatile it is. I'm not pressuring you. If you don't like metal and you don't like metal, that's fine. I'm not forcing you, but I'm just saying keep an open mind. It's one of my passions. Music in general is one of my passions. So if you agree, have a look. Also, what else did I talk about today, guys? I can't remember.
You don't got to do a full review if you don't want.
Remember to take care of everyone's mental health. Remember to drink lots of water. Talk to your friends. Remember to set boundaries. I think that's a really important thing that I was going to touch on a little bit this podcast, but didn't get a chance to, which is okay.
We could do that
doesn't
next
always happen
podcast.
that way.
We'll do it next podcast. Yeah.
But boundaries are really important, and don't forget to set them for yourself and for your friends, and for remind your friends to set boundaries. And have a good week. I love you. Stay happy and healthy.
And you did kind of talk about boundaries a little bit. You talked about it during the John Mulaney thing because you were saying about boundaries with celebrities and stuff. But we could talk about it again because I like that conversation a lot.
There's a lot.
I like that conversation too.
Yeah.
There's a lot more.
I think people need to get reminded of it frequently.
Right. Yeah, Mitch, did you have anything you wanted to say to the people?
Rest in peace, Michael K. Williams. It is a huge regret to me that I will never be able to work with you because that would have been a great honor. But you enjoy that afterlife, brother, and you find your peace. Artist, feed your people, not your fucking egos. And praise be to the goddess. And shout out to Oleron, the sky god, who had his son Obatala descend the golden chain to give life to us. Thank you, ancestors. Ancestors be praised. Mitchell out.
All right.
Logan was like, damn, Mitch, for real? Logan's like, damn, Mitch, for real, bro? All right. All right, man.
Nothing surprises me anymore, man. I'm just like, I'm here. Like, I'm here.
I've done my job.
Listen. I also want to say rest in peace to Michael K. Williams. Also, rest in peace to Norm Macdonald. I don't know if y'all like him, but I liked him too.
No, I didn't know him too much, but no, rest in peace.
No, I like some of his stuff. Like he was in and out of stuff, because like he has a very like particular kind of comedy. You can't just like use it for everything. But like he's also like I love how like dry and weird he is. So like I was real sad to hear that like he passed. All the greats is like dying off. Like you got him, you got Michael K. Williams, you got my mom, everybody. So thank you, Claire, for laughing at that. Thank you so much.
I would, but it's not right for me too.
I was like, it's true though.
Yeah, for real though. Really, she is one of the greats.
But I'm not laughing at that. Claire can, but I'm not going to.
No, it's weird.
I
deserve that.
I'm trying to. I'm not laughing at y'all.
He's like, I'm fine. Like, I don't know about these guys, but I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm fine. I'm trying to respect that y'all aren't actually
he's
fine.
Such a diva. Leave him
You're
alone.
all good. You're all good, Mitchell. It's okay. It's all good.
It's not a joke to me.
What I would like to say is, during the middle of my wrap up, is
don't care about your wrap up. I'm kidding.
Stop giving money to the Met because they let you know every year that they're good. They let you know they're fine.
Like every year.
They got the lights on. Like it is fine over there. Like Con Ed, got paid. Like it's good. Okay.
Probably good for the next 5 years.
Next 5 years. All right. Yeah, just be like, give them $1 when you when you go in, they ask you how much you want to contribute to the Met. Be like $1, like, and be proud about it. Like, be like, yeah, like you did your part. What else I gotta say? Let me wrap this up. If you like the show, as always, share the show. If you don't like the show, share with your enemies, share with your friends, share with whoever. Follow the show, hit the little subscribe button on the show, like the show, and most importantly, comment about the show. I love getting feedback about the show. I love hearing what you guys think about the show, even if you hate the show. Because I'm really not going to argue with you if you hate the show. Like, I know that used to be my persona. I used to argue with people online. I'm not going to, and that's so weird. I really would not argue with anybody if they hated this shit. Like, I really would just be like, oh, that's something that happens. But like, no, I would like, energy. Whatever is like constructive criticism, I really do take to heart. I really do listen to a lot of constructive criticism. So I like when people tell me like the show is too loud or too long or something, you know, I came up with a schedule for the show. I came up with a way to like make sure Mitch doesn't blow your ears out, you know? So it's because I will. It evolves. Like the show evolves he will. Every week it evolves, and I love watching it evolve. Also, I want to say thank you for coming in, Claire. Thank you to come in, Mitch. You guys are the best. This is the crew. This is the original.
Because that was the cutest moment.
You guys are so cute. I love you guys so much. And I do. And like this is episode 21. Like this is amazing.
Shit.
Yeah,
hit the 21.
Okay. I was hoping Mitch would do it, but like, you know.
Sorry, I missed it. My fault. I didn't because I didn't know.
Because he missed 20.
Yeah, I missed 20.
You missed our milestone.
Sorry.
Well, 21's a good one too. 21's a good
25 one. 25 is the milestone, actually.
Yeah, 25.
I just love Sarah. What a wonky way to celebrate. Because wonky is such like the perfect term for it. Like wonky was not a term I would have ever thought of on my own, but it was perfect for how to describe it.
That show was so janky, but it was so good and mellow. So it was like the what I like about the last show.
Mellow we've ever friggin' been.
Yes, it was like the show before that. We were talking about like podcast voice and like, you know, hello, welcome to the Milk and Toast, you know, talking like that. But then like that's what we did the next show, and I love that because it's like, yeah, we can do that too. We just don't. Like, we can do
I really match energies.
All the yeah, I know, me too. Like, it was bad. But like all the podcast shit that you guys think your favorite podcasts can do, we can do it backwards and in heels and doing backflips with it. Like, we can
Mitchell
do
will
this
legitimately
shit.
do that.
You know what I mean?
Mitchell will literally do that shit for the podcast. But
anyway, Mitchell will do fucking anything.
Yeah, I'm talking about real shit. Anyways, yeah, I was just thinking.
Except maybe crack cocaine, Claire. Goddamn.
I'm sorry.
I have no clue what's going on, but it's fine. But
I love you. You're adorable.
Yeah. The last thing I got to say is, have a good night, have a good morning, have a good evening, have a good week. No matter where you're listening to the podcast, whether it's for breakfast or in the car, I hope you're being safe. I hope you're having a good time doing whatever you're doing. And I hope you're achieving your dreams and getting there. You know what I mean? Also, wear a mask. Just wear a fucking mask. It's not that hard. I'm going to say that every show until this pandemic ends, because it's not going to end until you wear the damn mask. Just wear them. It's not that hard.
Don't cut holes in the mouth area.
Yeah. Stop being stupid.
Cut it in half.
Stop it.
Don't wear it on. Nose still counts.
Yes. Put it over your nose.
Particles.
Listen, you can't get CO2 poisoning from wearing a mask. It
That's not how
doesn't
that
work
works.
that way.
That's not how that works.
Surgeons wear these masks, and these aren't even surgical
like
grade masks.
13 hours.
Yes,
all the
for
time.
13 hours, and they do it every day. Stop
And
it.
since COVID's hit, when I was at the hospital, just side note, since COVID's hit, they wear these double layered masks now where they've got a mask like what we have, and then it has a cone over the top.
Oh,
So they're wearing double what we normally wear, and they wear it for 13, 14, 15-hour days. They don't get to go home for ages. And they're fine. They're running. They're breathing like a normal person. So you're just a fucking baby and you need to get over it.
That part.
Okay?
Talk your shit, Claire.
Get
that's
over
what I'm talking
it.
about, Claire. Talk your shit, Claire. Yeah, that's
Talk
what I'm
your
talking
shit.
about. You know what I'm saying? We ain't soft out here. We ain't baby soft out here. Also, but they literally, because they can't, sure, it's a little bit harder to breathe because of how we're used to breathing, but they don't,
But who
they're not
cares?
meant to restrict gas.
Also, it's been
They're
a
meant to
year
restrict
now.
liquid. They restrict liquid. You can still breathe. You're fine.
They're mad porous. You could use
have to
these. If you didn't, if you spilled your Coke, you could use it to mop it up. It's there's a reason for that. You could breathe through the shit.
Yeah.
Stop it.
It's meant to block liquid because that's what really you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah, you're
Stop
fine.
being babies.
Stop being an asshole. Shit.
Mm-hmm. Selfish.
I'm so mean. You guys are stop being babies. I'm stop being a dick.
Being worse than
Anyways,
a baby.
let's get out of here, guys. Once and for all. Say bye to the
Yay.
people, Claire.
Bye, guys. Have a good week.
Say bye to the people, Mitch.
Praise be upon the ancestors. So praise be upon you.
All right, Black Panther. This has been episode 21 of the Milk and Toast podcast. I've been your host, Logan. And we out.
We out.
Bye.